when your head is underwater. I would dive in for you before you drown. And you're asking me why. Well, life's a roller coaster. I cannot answer that, but I'll help you realize we're just people. We're just people. Sometimes it's hard You are something true and original, like a shooting star, so unreachable. You make me wanna touch the untouchable. Boy, you are so fine, it's criminal. Like a shooting star, so unreachable. You make me wanna touch the untouchable. Boy, you are so fine, it's criminal. think about it, 'cause I'm dying, baby. If you want it, you just have to take it. If you feel something, but you gotta tell me. Yeah, yeah. I don't know why it's stuck in me. I like what how you taste. Give me the signs, I'll take the step for you. You know, I like you, baby, you know. I want you to take the control. I'm like, alright, baby, alright, alright, you know. I like you, baby, you know. I want you to take the control. I'm like, alright, baby, alright, alright, baby.
아프리카 TV 프리고 스튜디오 라이브 2020 GSL 시즌 3 Korea's Last Stand.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the round of 8 of the GSL Code S. I love it when we get to the round of 8 of our tournaments.
Oh, it's so good.
Yes.
This round of 8 looks amazing. Isn't it just a little bit absurd that they pay us to do this?
I know. I feel like at some point in time the police are going to show up and look at us, and I'm going to be like, okay, take me to jail. No, I know.
I know.
This fake job was only going to go for so long, you know?
Yeah. He's going to be like, how long did you think you were going to fool us? Look at this round of 8.
Yeah. Wait, are you being paid to talk about a computer game tournament? And I'm like, give me the life sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. And, you know, as we go through today, we're going to be halfway through the round of 8. All these matchups are super stacked. Who do you think is going to make it, Artosis?
I think TY over DRG, but I think that's a close one. I think that's a hard match.
Okay.
And then for stats versus innovation, have you seen the Resident Evil movie, the first one?
Yeah, like a long time ago. Yeah.
So there's a scene in it where there's like these lasers in this room, and this like army guy that's really in shape. He's like jumping over him and ducking under him and stuff. And then he thinks he's won. And then a grid, like a waffle grid of lasers coming. He just looks like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And it just chops him into cubes.
Oh yeah, he becomes waffled or something.
Yeah, that's what stats is going to do to innovation.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that.
That's a 3-0 right there.
Resident Evil, the movies were always the true canon, by the way. Much better than the games, I'd say.
Were they?
No. That's actually, that was a joke. You were supposed to laugh at that. But
okay, because
you're an uncultured nerd, Artosis.
Resident Evil 1 was good, the movie. And then all the other ones were the worst things I've ever seen.
They were abominations. What is it? Resident Evil 2 Remake. That's one you should play. Halloween's around the corner. That's a good one.
It's scary, though.
It's scary, Artosis, but don't worry. So are these matches here today. Now, I think there's a chance DRG causes an upset here. We'll have to see. We're actually going to go to an interview in a second here with our players.
No, I'm not done talking. I don't want to hear what they have to say. I only want to hear my own voice.
But yeah, again, TY, our caster, is playing. He's won at GSL already, kind of doing, you know, what has never really been done before, casting the tournament that you win. Anyways, now to that interview.
All right, we're going to have a pre-match interview before we get into the first match of the round of 8. It's a clash between the two Africa Freaks players. And they both made it to the round of 4 last season, but they couldn't get to the finals. This time, they re-challenged the finals. It is TY and DRG. Hello, TY. Hello, DRG.
자, 먼저 4연속 8강의 전태양 선수입니다.
So TY, this is your 4th consecutive round of 8.
3연속 4강이고요. 정말 승승.
So if you win today, it's gonna be your 4th consecutive round of 4. So can you imagine yourself in the round of 4 right now? Well, in practice, my performance was pretty good. And DRG recently has been showing really good strength in the ZVT. So today is gonna be definitely very hard.
하셨던 상대잖아요. 테란전에서만큼은 세랄보다
And TY, you also commented that DRG is better than Sero in terms of the DVT. So what do you think of that? Well, I definitely stand true to that opinion. And I believe that he's one of the best DVT player right now.
요즘은 레이너 선수도 잘해가지고.
And recently, Reiner has been showing strength, so I think they're first equal right now in terms of DVT. And DRG, you are the oldest player to have made it to the round of 8 GSL last season, and you showed that your skills are fascinating right now. So, what do you think of TY as your opponent? Well, he's my teammate. In a best of match, he's definitely really hard to play against. So today it's gonna be really hard. But you did beat him last time, so maybe you're hiding your confidence right now. I think I can boast my confidence after I beat him. So last season, round of 8, you beat Innovation 3-0. So how do you predict the score to be today? Maybe 3-1. I think.
3대1 정도로 보고 계시는데
And that's what DRG commented.
박소 선수 하시는 말씀을 쭉 들었거든요.
So TY, you just listen to him. What do you have to say on this?
아무래도 수영이 워낙 테란조 잘하다 보니까 자신감이 있는 거.
I mean, DRG is really good at ZVT, so I think he has confidence.
자신감이 너무 과하면 그게 독이 될 때가
And overconfidence can be a poison sometimes. But I hope that's today.
선수도 지금 프로토스가 아니라서
So TY, your opponent is not Protoss, so I think you should be pretty good to go right now.
이번 시즌에도 프로토스만 아니면 누구를
Yeah, so my mindset is that as long as I don't meet a Protoss player, I should be able to win. I mean, despite DRG showing great momentum, I think I should be able to beat him today. And the two players are both boasting confidence today. And before you guys go, anything you want to say to each other? First of all, TY.
16강 중계를 하면서 박수 선수
So commentating round of 16, I was really fascinated by how good DRG was.
어떤 판짜기를 해왔을지 좀 기대가 많이
So I'm curious as to how he prepared for today's match.
좀 기대를 많이 하고 계신데요.
Then what about you, DRG?
그래도 나름 준비 열심히 해가지고
So I prepare really hard.
재밌는 승부가 나올 것 같아요.
So I think I'm going to be able to show an entertaining match today.
그렇게 예상을 하고 있는데요. 두 선수 중 단 한 명만이
And which player will be able to achieve the 4th consecutive round of 4? Who will it be? Let's find out in the first match of the round of 8.
Okay, we're going to be hopping into this match. This is going to be a lot of fun. You know, it is so cool to have DRG back and looking so strong. You know, DRG was one of those players that people used to say, you know, remember when DRG was good? Remember you know, the days of MLG StarCraft tournaments?
Yeah.
He's here now. He's finished his military service. TY's story also is very compelling. Again, this guy is our lead analyst caster here at the studio, and he's managed to win a GSL already.
I know.
Which is crazy. We actually have Curious on the mic right now as our backup analyst caster, but there's a chance TY just moves through here and continues to dominate.
Yeah. Well, I think that this is a hard matchup. You know, TY was given a lot of props to DRG, saying he's even better than Cyril at Zerg vs. Terran, which is basically just akin to saying he's the best in the world, right?
Right.
Which I can't disagree with. His ZVT has just looked monstrous, right? Like, he has the best macro ZVT right now that we have seen. DRG does. And he's just so powerful that even if he loses his 4th base, he's fought back in macro games. So DRG definitely looks ridiculously good. But, I mean, TY is just brilliant, right? The thing is, what do you think about this matchup? What do you think this looks like between these two?
I think a lot of it's going to come down to whatever TY has been planning here and how well DRG can hold up. I think TY is going to be the guy who's taking the initiative. One thing about DRG, his defense is very good, and he is a very modernized ZVTer.
Yeah.
I know that, this guy is somebody from the past, but he looks exactly like all the other top-tier Zergs that we have here in GSL.
Except better.
Yeah, it looks almost like he never left, really. But, TY, he's very good at planning, very good in a long series like a best-of-5 such as the one we have here now.
Yeah.
So this is going to be interesting. Map 1 will be Death Aura. I think this is going to be, let me put it like this. I think they'll be very close and go to Game 5, or it'll be one-sided, and I think TY can take it.
Oh, you think it could be one-sided for TY winning?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
But I might be wrong. We'll see.
Sure,
Guys, our game is ready. TY versus DRG best-of-5 starts now.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여. 전투 지원이 들어왔다. 함께 기다려. 우리는 더욱 강하다. 아프리카 프린스 T1 전태일. 아프리카 프린스 DRG 학수호.
All right, so here's what I think it looks like. First off, I think if it's one-sided, it's a DRG victory.
Okay. It's totally possible.
Yeah. I think TY can take it because, we've seen a lot of DRG's ZVT. TY's in great shape. Like in King of Battles, he just took down Rogue 3-1, so that's like, he's obviously in good form in the matchup. And I think we're going to see probably very technical builds out of him overall. And I think we're going to see like 2 mech builds.
Yeah, one thing about TY is the planning is really there, right? I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if we're going to have any early attacks here in this series from DRG, but, Zerg does have cheese they can do and weird stuff like that. I expect this to be more of a passive reactive game, like a classic Zerg versus Terran here.
Yeah.
From DRG, but
yeah.
Let's see. With TY, again, he is aging like a fine wine here. He is just getting better and better at StarCraft, and in all the different iterations, he really seems to know in and out every step of the matchup.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely in a lot of technical ways like the best that we really see in this matchup. I guess Maru's right up there too, but like the way even that he'll play against something like Ultras is amazing.
Right.
But yeah, the thing is, looking at this stylistically between these two, right? TY is not mechanically the best player, that goes to Maru. But strategically and tactically, he's just so good. His preparation is so good. But the thing is, the style of DRG, the more I talk about it, the more I feel like I should be predicting DRG, but I'm a sucker for TY maybe. But DRG is like pure strength. He's a macro god, right? Like he plays straight up. He moves his army correctly. He makes drones at the right time. He makes army at the right time. He gets upgrades, and it's like that type of style is the best type of style you can have against someone like TY, to just overpower him.
Absolutely. I mean, DRG is a player that in the past had most of his success by right in mid-game, just having an army that you couldn't move around on the map if DRG was playing. I mean, it was kind of the classic top-tier Zerg situation where, like, you don't get to leave your base against this guy. The moment you move out, he smashes you. So you have to stay at home and play single player until you're done. But I'm curious to see what kind of approaches TY is going to have. I mean, there's a lot of different ways that people have approached TVZ. I mean, even now in the modern era, some people getting battle cruisers, sometimes one, sometimes many more.
Yeah.
I'm putting pressure there. In this case, we're going to see a Widow Mine opening here, although there is an armory being made at the very bottom of the main.
Yeah. So going for those cloaked Widow Mine drops, it's So already kind of a teched out opener here. We'll see where he goes from there. A Liberator's being created, some more Hellions as well.
The Baneling's nest is almost finished. This medevac is just now to the northern part of the map. It might try to dive in over here onto the third base.
It's interesting to see that Baneling's nest right now. It almost feels like he thinks there might be a Hellbat opener.
Yeah, usually the Baneling's nest is signaling that you need some kind of defense here. So he's going to kill. Oh, he does not kill the first mine, excuse me.
All right, some interesting locations dropped. That one's, oh, nice split, nice split.
And it looks like the last Widow mine here is probably going to be picked up and moved out here. There's Hellions on the other side of the map, but with Zergling defense, I think he'll be chased away pretty easily.
Yeah, I like the burrow unburrowed here to just waste a bit more of his mining time. All right, there is a Hellbat attack here as well. Gonna just go up and start hitting that queen. Oh, he repositions his mine as well. Another few drones go down.
And, you know, so far, you know, not bad offense by TY, but I think DRG is doing fine here. You know, you're going to lose some workers whenever that comes in there.
And look at this. Okay, so already it's a mech play and drilling claws on the way.
Now, I'll tell you, man, I did not expect mech at the start, but like in game
really?
one. I thought we'd see mech used later on, so this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty reasonable to... Oh, man, these mines have been amazing.
Yeah, that's one of the funny things about that position is you can't quite see the mine because it's like, what is this called, 2.5D or something like that?
Oh, yeah,
there's something can be a little bit behind in that position, so that's cool.
Wasn't it DRG that we saw that was so weak against these mine drops before? There was some player where we saw them lose infinity. Well, we're kind of seeing that again. Oh my god, he actually... Okay, so he actually canceled one of the factories and made 2 eBays. So he's going up to 2 facts very quickly, but he's actually going bio. Oh, that's very interesting. It's a very different type of take.
Yeah, he's going to move out again now. Drilling claws, excuse me, 10 seconds out from finishing. And
really trying to abuse
CC,
the weakness here.
Yeah, yeah. Third CC is actually outright in the open here, but I don't think that's going to get denied. This will mostly be DRG defending for the time being. All of these little attacks and pokes and prods are really to lead up to a stronger push later on. But for now, I would say DRG hasn't taken any damage that would signal to us that he's going to be hurting when a push does come. And in fact, this has been handled nearly perfectly.
Yeah, it doesn't really take too much there. But you can see DRG is not the best at dealing with this. See all those drones just sitting there?
Yeah, on the right side.
Yeah.
That's actually really bad.
Look at how slow he is with actually clearing this out. It's funny that, like, such a strong player has a weakness that's like this, and it's just... TY totally knows it.
Okay, there's going to be another drop over here. Let's see what this connects with. Oh, wow, getting 3 drones.
Yeah, these are really super reasonable.
Okay, medevac goes down. The third base has been taken by TY. He's continuing to grow and develop, and we're not far away from him pushing here.
Yeah, look at how many mines he's making. I'm just so fascinated. I love the way that he's going about this.
I don't think he knows about this mine, Artosis. He's going to lose drones here. Oh, he does. Actually, great play with that one link.
Yeah.
I was going to say. Okay, Stim as well as weapons and armor is about to finish here for Terran. And we're going to have yet another medevac drop here.
I feel like I'm watching Maru TVP right now.
Yeah, actually.
This is like endless mines that he is sending over, and he's still making them.
Oh, that's cute. I like that idea. Just drop it right on the bait link, force it detonate.
Getting some pretty awesome hits, to be honest.
Yeah, very nicely done there. And here comes yet another medevac drop. He can actually unload over here, and I think he might even go into the natural with this.
Oh my god, he's getting so much value out of these drops. It's actually crazy.
Yeah, the Banelings are not supposed to just be detonating like that. I mean, when we saw him actually drop on the Banes, very intentional, because the Banes are not going to trade efficiently there. Now, I will say, I think that DRG has been beaten up enough this game that maybe a push is going to be a problem.
Maybe, but we've seen him take tons of damage before and just kind of be fine. Now, he's going directly here into Lurker Tech, but he's only on Ling Bane. Like, yes, you need to make Hydras to make Lurker, but we've talked about this a lot where just Ling Bane into Lurker can be a little bit difficult because you don't really have tanking for your Lurkers.
That's
right?
very true.
So I'm a little bit nervous for DRG with this exact style that we're seeing out of him.
Okay, now we have a much more large drop coming over here into the main. It's going to unload. And let's see how well DRG can defend. This is a drop that can do way more damage if it's not handled correctly. Does shoot down the Overseer here.
Look at that. And it lifts up and leaves the mines there. They don't get the greatest connection, but
and now we have a push over here at 12 o'clock, and I think he can force a cancel. He does. And this is where the pressure really builds right now on the Zerg here, because the Zerg is burdened with having to continually grow here. But, you know, these further out locations are very easy for the Terran to attack into here.
And you know what? Like, it feels like TY really came in with the DRG's entire length, list of strengths and weaknesses and everything. And we're watching him just smash DRG so far, right? It's just, it looks very good from TY.
Yeah, TY's doing a great job. We did see a little bit of a mechanical error there where he did not pick up those Marines that were on the far right side of the map.
Yeah.
You know, if it was Morrow, they would have been picked up immediately. Again, TY, he's not as good as Morrow mechanically, but tactically he's so sound. The ideas that he's using in the game are very good.
Yeah.
And these Widow Mines are still here, man. This damage is really starting to mount. Terran is now taking 6 o'clock over here. And
he's gone up to, what is this, 5
Terran,
bases?
Yeah, the Terran has now outgrown the Zerg, which is always a sign that the Zerg is losing. Unless there's some kind of Hail Mary play, like all these medevacs are shot down by Hydras. I don't really know how you can recover.
He's going to have to become very, very efficient, which is doable. He's getting into Vipers now, right? There hasn't been a drop that's killed him yet.
Okay, not actually very efficient with this initial drop, but he's still going to do a lot of damage. Widow Mine's right now burrowing here. And again, this is just so much damage done over here.
That was much more efficient for DRG. And look at this, TY actually going to break this location. Only a few lurkers there, so definitely can spread and kill him.
So that's the second time that base has been denied. And, you know, for all these little fights that we've had, this back and forth, whether DRG holds or TY ekes out a little bit more damage, the larger picture is that Terran is just outgrowing the Zerg.
Yeah, he certainly is outgrowing him. But is he getting a little bit too wasteful now, right? He was very efficient for a long time, and then that drop we saw in the main base just didn't really do it.
Well, we're going to find out. I mean, one thing to note is that the creep spread is less than amazing here.
Yeah.
Zerg is actually expanding over to the lower left because Terran has got such good control here of the upper center of the map. But you might be right, Artosis. I mean, there is a possibility that, like, he's just, oh my God, great mindhead. There's just a possibility that he's not quite being clean enough with his fights. But I will say this. I think if Terran can actually push that center-left base and deny it, I think it's almost like 99% that DRG is going to lose.
Yeah, it certainly feels that way. And the amount of tanks he's bringing over there, it's going to be an easy denial, right? He's got like 6 or 7 tanks right now. He's going to 3 factory siege tank and reactored Widow Mines. So this guy has 4 facts right now.
Okay, so right now Zerg has to stop this push, and really the lurkers are not good against the tanks. Yeah. The tanks are essentially superior lurkers. So, you know, he can back this up, but he's running out of time here.
Yeah, he's going to have to bring over his Vipers. I know he has at least a couple of them.
But there's so many tanks in this game.
Yeah, he's gonna, well, I guess he gets...
Okay, he actually... Oh, I'm sorry, there's 2 more back there.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I thought I saw more tanks in the push. I didn't know where they were. They're all the way back there.
He yanked in quite a few there. Picks up some kills.
Yeah, nicely done. Again, Zerg is actually defending that base. Very nicely done. I think Terran actually may have to abandon this position. I don't see... Oh, no, there's actually some reinforcements coming up here. And that's actually quite a lot. But he's not going to push that area. Instead, Terran is maybe hemming and hawing a little bit here on where they want to go on the map. We see now a push here through the right.
TY actually expanding again here to the side, not even putting it down in the right location, but that shows just how busy he is right now.
Okay,
oh, a nice blinding cloud. That was really nice.
Yeah, the blinding cloud was quite good, but again, these siege tanks are still shelling quite a bit of the Hydralisks that are over here. There's a secondary push headed over here to the north. I will say, DRG is fighting his way back into this game. Terran is still growing and pushing at a pretty scary level.
Yeah.
One of the harder things to do, too, is to push in 2 different spots as Terran.
Oh, it's incredibly difficult.
I mean, you need to micromanage the army the whole time, or the banelings will just connect and kill everything.
Kind of a wild game right now. Hard to put your finger on exactly where they're at, really. Like TY, I mean, he's still running all over the place. He's keeping DRG's size down to a reasonable amount, but DRG's been sitting on 80 workers for a long time.
Yeah.
A lot of drones have died this game, but he's remade them so quickly each time.
Another drop here in the main.
Oh!
Nice job shooting down those. We have actually some links coming in here. I don't know if that's enough. Yeah, that is not enough. Now he can actually dive in.
Yeah, killing those 2 Vipers, very nice as well. DRG gonna remake them instantly. Definitely something he needs to do. I think Vipers are really key for him to be able to win this game.
I think when we saw the Zerg just barely not kill that drop for a long time, they might have hemorrhaged so many units. I think Terran does end up taking out this base up here at the top. This will be the 3rd denial on that hatchery.
Yeah. Definitely looks that way. No units even coming over to try to save it. Where does DRG go to next? Like, do you try to start attacking? You still just try to stem everything your opponent's doing?
Yeah, this is tough. I wonder, was the decision to go Lurkers the right one? I guess you can now push down here at the bottom.
You know, once you actually get the Lurkers out with the Vipers, there's very few things more cost efficient than that in any matchup. So I think it's reasonable to have them now. I guess we're gonna see how he ends up doing with it. I think it's so Viper-based though, right? You have to get rid of those siege tanks. You have to be ready to throw down a blinding cloud if need be.
Yeah, this is a great attack over here on the planetary. There's just nothing to defend. And DRG has very successfully actually fought his way into a very strong position here. Terran is still in control of the center right here. You know, there's not many more bases Terran can easily keep in this game. This really goes to show you how good of a player DRG is.
Yeah, no, he's really fighting back because TY had control basically the entire game, was dealing damage like, you know, when he wanted to, basically. Just non-stop drops and everything, but DRG, he just remakes his drones, he keeps getting upgrades, he keeps marching forward, and he's showing that strength now. And the thing is, his army movement is really, really nice. What we're watching here, he's like hitting all these different locations. He's decided when to give up. You know, that 4th base has been killed off like 3 times.
Yeah.
Some of these can be hard decisions, but I feel like he's making them correctly and giving himself a real shot in this game.
We've got another drop coming through over here onto the lower left. Terran is going to push up once more. Terran is deep into the creep area here. And maybe TY actually can control this position over here. It is on the high ground. He's got some good static defense over there.
Yeah, and we actually have a picture-in-picture here. You see a drop going on at that base here. Oh my God. It does pick that up.
Great picture-in-picture there. We had that, and then the observer went over the exact same drop.
Yeah. Not sure how you're supposed to get that done, but look, this game is really interesting because you see them actually both flowing into the area that they've destroyed of their opponents. You know?
Yeah.
Like, they both killed each other's, like, 4th-ish base multiple times now. And so now it's like TY is expanding up the right side of the map and DRG down the left while he continues to attack.
Can he actually push this planetary? I don't think so. Does he actually have enough harpoons to get every tank? This is unreal.
Yeah. Pretty darn good. Look at that. All those tanks. 5 tanks get yoinked in.
Yeah, very nicely done. It does look like Terran's probably going to still be able to keep that. Another drop over here at the top. These lurkers just barely out of range.
And they do burrow and run forward. TY will pick up and get out of there. Doesn't do that much damage to that base, honestly.
Now, I don't know that Zerg can get the upper right, but I'm even more confident Zerg can't get that lower left.
Oh, yeah,
that
you
looks
mean the like 7 o'clock base?
Yeah.
That's
like
impossible.
That's impossible, right? So, like,
I think the same can be said of the mirror base, right?
Yeah. So is Zerg out of bases to take right now, assuming Terran can keep the position they have here? I think so.
It does feel that way, but, I mean, he's still got a very strong army.
Yeah.
How many Vipers does he have right now?
I'm not sure.
This is like the main thing that I want to know is the Viper count, because those things can work like magic. Literally.
Well, you get so much value out of them. Okay, this is a huge attack over here. The siege tank's getting a lot of damage on these Banes. Still plenty of infantry. Does DRG have enough to take this all the way? He does not. He's turning around now.
Yeah, definitely did need to turn around right there. But he killed most of the siege tanks, which buys him a lot more time. Single Marauder up here, working on that hatch, working on those drones. Will be picked off as well.
Beautifully done.
All right, very low right now on these Vipers. Did notice that there are some ghosts in there, so between Snipe and EMP, he can start to control the way the Vipers are being used a little bit.
Okay, nice move here. Just going to get some of these mines in here. See if he can't get more worker kills. Again, though, an idea that we want to stick with here is that it seems like we're running out of map in this game. Yeah, Zerg needs to do something pretty devastating pretty quickly. And, you know, as strong as Lurkers are, they're not the best at pushing.
Oh, yeah.
You need to have Vipers there.
Yeah.
With them.
It can be a little tough, right? Even with the burrow speed upgrade.
Yeah.
You know, your opponent, if they are quick, they're going to be able to get out of that range. And
yeah, or snipe them or something.
Yeah,
you know?
Totally.
So he's trying to push down here at the bottom. Again, though, I think even if he denies the space for a little bit, Terran reclaims it. There is a CC floating to the lower left. And by the way, Artosis, we've got a hatchery in the unkeepable location on the map. If DRG can hold that, that's going to be huge.
Well, I think that might be where the game gets decided. In fact, TY is going to expand to that mirror base up at the top.
These are not bases they're supposed to be able to take in a more normal-looking game. This has become the positions there have become quite extreme.
Yeah, it kind of shows how powerful both of them have been playing this game.
Yeah.
Because they keep denying those locations that their opponents normally take, and they're denying them so hard and camping them so hard that now they're taking them.
Yeah. So we're going to have the map like cut in half from top to bottom right down the middle here. It looks like there is absolutely nothing here to defend other than the planetary itself. So this is just going to be taken out.
Yeah, the planetary gets blown up in a matter of seconds, but TY wants to go ahead and do an eye for an eye here. He's going to pick off this hatchery as well.
And again, you know, if Lurkers are not positioned correctly, you just avoid them. Great snipes there.
Oh, man.
Beautiful. And with Ghosts here, the dynamic of the game has completely changed.
Yeah, these snipes really amazing. You saw those Vipers actually get eaten up by the missile turret. Some great stuff going down, just sniping anything he can get his hands on right now. This is a great first game between these two.
Okay, this tank's going to be taken out here. Again, I didn't imagine Terran would be able to, take that, right? But
well, he's gonna keep
trying. Oh
my
God, that's a big catch right there.
Damn, we were at 93 workers for TY for quite some time. He's down to 49 now.
Yeah, he's lost nearly half his workers this game. Zerg is soaking up resources at the bottom left, Artosis. I never thought I'd see this.
Well, does TY need to go kill that?
Yeah, I don't know that he can, though. I thought it would be impossible to hold, but if there's this many lurkers down here, it's going to be yet another moment this base has been attacked here.
Okay, he gets that, but that was really costly, right? Those tanks shelled that army for a long time.
It's kind of a weird situation because you're losing a lot of lurkers, but the lurkers insta-kill the building because the damage is so high and you can't repair it. But, like, look, he just swaps that out with an orbital, and it's like, I'm not sure that was worth it for DRG at all.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it's natural that the Terran ends up with a bunch of orbitals, right? Because you want to be landing mules later on in the game. But that also means you could just rotate in new bases.
That's true.
And I feel like the Zerg is not going to be trading as efficiently. DRG right now, 151 supply to a maxed out TY. And TY is trying to inch across the map to probably poke out the bottom left base.
All right, well, DRG has backed up. This expansion on the bottom, he just runs the drones away, knowing he can't hold it right now. DRG's income not all that high. His supply not all that high. What's his move?
Yeah, he's in trouble. Terran has reclaimed the bases, and I don't see Zerg catching up. I think Zerg is actually mine out the center left base too, by the way. We haven't gone back there, but I don't see, well, I think it's close to mining out, I should say, but he's not going to have places to mine from anymore. And I think we will barely see TY take this.
Yeah, it seems that way.
And it does seem like part of the problem for the way the Zerg approached it was you were trading off a lot of high-price units to blow up a planetary that could be swapped out.
Yeah,
with an orbital.
I think everything started a bit earlier though, right? Because like DRG's macro play is really phenomenal, but he's a bit sloppy dealing with some of these early things like the mine drops. The mines really got out of control from him. You could tell that TY had that prepared. You never see him do that against any Zerg, but definitely a weakness of DRG. DRG trying to break in here now with the Lingbane Hydra. Can't quite do it. I mean, there's just too many siege tanks. Oh.
Choose which picture you want to see the same thing in, guys.
I'm looking at this small one.
GG. TY takes it. And that was an impressive game. That was an unusual one as far as the way that the players developed on the map. You can see that, you know, it is pretty much impossible to hold that base in the lower left for the Zerg. That is,
well, yeah, that was
in theory, that's supposed to be going to the Terran no matter what. But DRG did put up a very good fight that game as well. Let's not forget that either.
Well, you know what? He did put up a good fight, and I mean, the opening made it a very complicated game. So I don't want to say a big, broad, sweeping thing other than it was a very different type of game, and DRG was hobbled quite a bit. He was not the cleanest on clearing up all the Widowmine drops. So he needs to work on that first and foremost, and then we can talk about his composition a little bit more.
Ice and Chrome from map number 2. TY versus DRG continues on.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여. 아프리카 프린스 TY 전태일. 아프리카 프린스 DRG 학수.
I think we're probably going to have a very long series here tonight with these two.
Yeah, I think so. I think that first game really showed it too. TY took a lot of control, and it was still a very tough game, and he ended up taking it, but I mean, DRG made it relatively close. I want to just see what TY's opening plan is again, because honestly, even with that game, I don't think DRG should be worried. I don't think it should change his overall idea of playing a macro game. I think that's where he's strong, right? I don't want to... If he does something like a Roach Ravager attack, I'm just going to be like, I don't know, man. Like, this is not the way... This is not your strength. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Also, it was so complicated with like the number of factories and the amount of mine drops going on, what he was deciding to go into it. It did in a way feel like he had to get something efficient out very quickly, and he chose Lurkers, but Lingbane into Lurker, I've talked about it a lot. I don't think it's optimal because you don't really have the support for that. We saw several times where he didn't really have the right defense in certain locations.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was... It was just such a different game. But anyways, I want to see what type of game TY forces upon him this time.
Yeah, that was an interesting game that we had back there, just with that, how it was handled. It's funny because, nowadays we have, I think StarCraft 2's late game is in some of the best spots it's ever been in, Like late game StarCraft 2 is really like the best StarCraft 2.
We've got some great stuff going on right now. Very interesting. And the thing is, it's still fresh, a lot of the late game. So I think there's a lot of room for improvement on every side.
Was there a tech switch that you think DRG should have done back there that maybe would have been more? Because, when the Ghosts come out, it doesn't seem like the Lurkers can do that much anymore. Like the
Ghost versus Lurker is a funny match.
Yeah, the tanks, the tanks beat the Lurkers, but then the Vipers harpoon the tanks, and then the Lurkers win. But then with the Ghosts, you will kill Lurkers always before, even if a Viper was to harpoon a Ghost or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just...
Yeah, you get them down super low with those snipes and everything. Well, the thing is, once you actually do get Ghosts out there, good against all high-tech units, right? Like they kill ultras even worse than lurkers, to be honest.
Yeah.
But they're coming pretty late into that composition. The thing is, I think he took enough damage that it's hard to say anything negative about what he chose to do to stay alive, because I think most people are going to die much quicker than him there. And he kind of made a game of it with that. But when you're going Ling Bane for a prolonged period, ultras give a lot of muscle and allow things like counterattacks. They allow things like saving the base that he burrowed 3 lurkers at. Right? You like burrowed 3 lurkers there, and the bio came in and killed it. Yeah. Killed the 3 lurkers in the base. It's like, yeah, exactly, right? It's this kind of spread out game is not necessarily right with that. So it's I don't have any like huge criticism for how he's playing. It's just try to clean up the early game a little bit, and then we can talk, you know?
Yeah, I hear you.
Because when things go that bad, you're kind of, you know, clawing your way back into it. And any way that you think you can do that is probably the right way to do that.
So this Overlord Scout is going to see everything that's going on over here.
Little 2-on-1 going on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he actually
I
lost
guess
those
he
2
killed
knights.
those, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't see that. But okay.
Oh, the Reaper just joined them.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, there it must have been over there. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, 2-on-1. We don't see this as often. He actually isn't adding any queens.
Yeah, this is actually a good build though from Terran. This is
yeah.
I always say this is like one of these ladder builds. Like you want to copy something, this is a good
yeah.
one to do to kind of help you just
Once upon
get
a time,
grasp on Terran.
Yeah, once upon a time, this was like the build in all 3 matchups for Terran.
yeah. Load up 2 medevacs and Marines, and then start to roam around the map on the edges.
It's reasonable. I'm not sure the exact queen count, and we don't see an evolution chamber yet, so DRG is not countering this in the normal way. It's like normally you have like 7 queens and +1 carapace halfway done when this gets here. Yeah, it looks like 5 queens here.
He just got 2 queens.
Yeah.
I feel like those were supposed to be barely saved, and they weren't.
Well, this is why you want a few more queens against this, right? Like,
yeah.
If you hit that critical mass, like you have like 7-8 queens there, you can target medevacs down real quick.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of tankiness. You're going to have transfuse.
And you know, if you can kill the medevac, then you're probably going to kill the ground army.
Yeah.
The Lings just come out and surround it, and Terran is behind.
They basically have to run when that starts happening, right? So you just sort of like, get out of here. But TY, he starts his 3rd command. He starts the 2 ebays, and he has the tanks coming out. So he's doing the tank follow-up push, which is definitely something that we've seen quite a bit out of this build. Nice little counter from DRG. That's annoying. Let's see how this push works, though. Where's he going to place the tanks?
What are these SCVs doing on this side, too? This is weird.
That's a good question.
Okay, he's going to
like,
come
hey,
across.
We're coming.
Yeah, we're
like,
here.
oh, God, he's going to make 2 barracks over there. Oh, of course. Okay.
Okay, I like this a lot.
Yeah.
Heads are actually coming here and take this out, though.
Yeah, look at this. He brought the SCVs. Now he can repair the tanks, so Queen's on the high ground can't really stop him.
Yeah, in fact, the Queen's taking a lot of damage there. They're almost out of transfuses. Here comes the Lynx now with the Banes. Oh, I love the bunker there.
Amazing.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, really blocking a lot there. But there's enough Ling and Bane that he actually clears the tanks, but the Marines get dropped up at the 3rd base.
Micro sleight of hand as he just moves the army onto the high ground here. There's more Banes making, but this game might spiral out of control pretty quickly here. Good targeting on the Banes.
Yeah, and he gets the
3rd
hatch. Base. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Now,
I am in love with that play. The bunker to plug the end, the attack.
Some nice abusive terrain there. Really nice.
And I would say against a player of TY's caliber, you really cannot lose your 3rd base and bounce back easily.
Well, he had his 4th done. He's not super high on drones, though, right? So I think that's a big part of this issue. I mean, we'll see if he can fight back. A couple more medevacs are flying across the map right now, while TY is microing this single medevac. He has taken his 3rd.
Yeah, if we have another attack like that, though, again, you know, he's just bleeding off units here and there. 1-1 about to finish for DRG here.
And TY just behind him on that, about 10 seconds. I think DRG's, he's holed up pretty good. Now, I think you have to pull back as TY for a minute.
Now, with the build that TY's done, you do get your 3rd a little bit later. He has it now, but TY is probably going to be regrouping soon here. and doing a much bigger attack. And that's where I'm very curious to see how DRG is going to hold, because it's one thing to lose some drones like we saw in Game 1. It's a completely different thing to lose queens in the hatchery, especially. I'm worried the next push could be very hard for DRG to stop.
Yeah, it might be. He's getting the Ling Bane Hydra right now.
Yeah, so he wants to have a lot of damage right away. Yeah,
Ling Bane Hydra itself is a little bit antiquated right now, but because of the strength of the Lurker, maybe it's a really gonna come back a bit, you know, because you can transition into Lurker once you're on it for a bit. It
makes sense, yeah, that would be the next logical step, right? So.
Yeah, I think so, Not 100% sold on it yet, but I don't mind this, like the Ling Bane Hydra. I think his creep spread is just good enough to be going for this composition, right? Because you have to fight on creep with that. Yeah. And if you can get your creep spread far enough out, it can be, it's really time consuming for your opponent to push, which gives you time to get your Vipers.
The fourth base is being taken here for TY. We don't have a fifth yet for the Zerg.
Oh my gosh. Look at this. Drilling claws and 3 mines at a time.
Very cool.
That is not what I expected to see against this. I've only seen Maru go, you know, the 4M against Ling Bane Hydra.
Yeah.
The Marine Marauder Medevac mine. Yeah, I'm confused about the mines, but excited too, Tasteless. Confused and excited go together for me a lot in StarCraft.
Looks like there's a Ling attack over there at 3 o'clock. The TY throughout this game has been very, very on point with just pulling away right before Banelings connect. He's always targeting down the Banes. When the Ling's going to surround, he picks up, relocates. Trade after trade after trade. Here's 2-2 about to finish for DRG. DRG is now expanding to the bottom position. The Zerg does have to try to stay ahead in expansions in the game.
There are just a few Marauders being mixed in. 2-2 is going to be finishing up pretty quickly here for TY. Yeah, it's starting to mix in a bit more Marauders, so if you're going mines, you definitely do need more of those. Another factory going down, 2 more factories going down, so he's going up to that 4 factory again. Very cool modernized TVZ coming out of TY here.
Okay, Terran pushing now here in the upper left. And again, similar to the attack that we had earlier, this could be very strong, but there's a lot here from Zerg. A sudden hold position here.
Yeah, he should. Oh, that hit was insanity on the Banes, but easy clear right there.
Yeah, but there's more army elsewhere here on the map. He's now going to be attacking over in this lower position. He might even want to drop back down over there, but I guess instead he's going to come over here into the main.
Might have been a bit better, but he does get some Marines out here and killing a decent amount of drones.
Yeah, I don't know if this is quite enough. He's going to pick up once more, and I guess just look for damage somewhere. There's actually another push as well going across. It's actually in the center of the map right now. Here it is.
There's a lot of multitasking going on from TY right now.
If DRG is not ready in each location that he's attacked, he's going to start to shrink.
And it can be a little bit hard with Ling Bane Hydra, right? You can't actually hit the medevacs when they're in these, you know, dead airspace areas.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, some good mine hits there. Very, very good. There's not even a medevac here. He just
very nicely done.
Just needs to fight.
And yeah, I mean, I think DRG is living through this game, but again, it's going to be very hard to get any bigger here on the map, right? Again, right now we have been pushing through here, taking out all these creep tumors. Another drop back in the main. Those are the medevacs that were never killed earlier from that previous drop.
Yeah. They're doing all right. Okay, a huge stim attack into this third base once again.
Where's the defense? Widowmine's coming down right now. Viper's not going to be very helpful if there's no tanks to pull here. I think TY might have done it, man. He's kind of winning on every front here. Once the Banelings go down and there's more infantry than there are Hydras, it's a bad sign. I think we're about to see a 2-0 here.
It does look that way. DRG really being pushed up against the wall this game.
He's getting garbage compacted in this game.
I tell you, you can really tell how much TY has prepared for this match. Right, that tank push that killed the third base on this map. In the previous map, just the mass mine drops.
Yeah,
he's bringing things that are just very difficult for DRG to stop.
And he just has almost better stamina as well, you can see. You know, he's just able to constantly engage and micro. And there's points at times where he's hitting so many locations we almost can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
As from the observer perspective. There's a counterattack coming in here. I think this is a signal of how desperate DRG is. And this attack is just not doing what he needs it to do. Bailing's, none of them have even connected with the target yet.
No,
That's it. GG. TY crushing is now up 2-0. That means DRG has to win every game from here on out or he's out of the GSL.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Especially considering the next map is Golden Wall, which I would definitely consider a Zerg favored map in the matchup. But remember Innovation's push? That was pretty scary. He has to take that into consideration. And of course, just the way TY's been planning the series so far, you know he has something ready. He's not just going to take the gold and then not be able to kill you, you know?
Yeah.
Which is what most Terrans do on this map. They take the gold and then die.
Well, I mean, TY has room for creativity here as well, man. We may see something pretty weird coming out of him. DRG, he looks good, but not good enough right now, in this series at least. But I got my fingers crossed for a comeback here. I would love to see DRG win this and the next, and we go to Game 5. But I think if we have anything that's close to standard, it does seem like TY is like 10% better. It just closes it out. Anyways, guys, Game 3 on Golden Wall. Let's do this.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여. 아프리카 프리즈 T1 전태일. 아프리카 프리즈 DRG 박수.
A tough series for him so far.
Yeah.
He's not really getting to play his game at all. TY is varying his play enough and bringing situations that are difficult for him.
He's it's weird because DRG is so good, but yeah, if you just look at like overall every little fight, it seems like TY. It's funny too because StarCraft is such a fast game. I like that we've started talking about the game this way because I think it really captures what's so good about StarCraft 2. It's the fastest RTS.
Yeah, it's pretty darn fast.
Things are propelling themselves at an insane rate, and so a lot of the fights in StarCraft 2 are actually they don't take up as much time as, for instance, StarCraft 1 fight, and certainly not a Warcraft 3 fight. But things happen very quickly, and so there's only so many actions you can do within that given moment. And it's very interesting to see that TY is able to do actually quite a bit more than even DRG is in little spurt after spurt after spurt of fights.
You have to also look at the way it's being done. By the way, I do have to just mention it's a command center first in the main base, which is super cool.
Yep.
But you also have to look at who's playing what role here, because TY is setting up 3 things at a time, right? So he hits with 3 things at the same time, basically, which is really taxing multitasking of DRG. Whereas DRG, he has to wait for each thing and then react because he's having to play the reactive game as the macro player.
Right.
And so it's like you're watching TY run circles around him because his efficiency in reacting to these harassments, to these pressures everywhere, is not correct. He's not splitting his army correctly. He doesn't have the right composition. He doesn't, you know, there's a lot of things that are making it very hard for him. By the way, look at what he did. He's hiding a base in the top right.
Okay, this is really cool.
This is a crazy game already.
This is so cool. So we have never casted this specific a game like this.
Yeah. DRG is not even. Did he even scout him?
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
So
yeah, he didn't.
The upper right.
They haven't
base,
scouted each other.
No. And also TY's playing in an orthodox game where he's going to land on the lower platform. So this is already just insane, Artosis. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen.
Me too.
Here.
I'm getting shivers right now because I'm thinking about the way this could look. Because it's very clear to me that TY is going to use Cure's push on this map. Remember the original game we saw here where we're like, whoa, this map's cool because Kier expanded down there and then just did an endless bio push across the bottom.
Yeah.
If he does that, the intelligent thing for DRG to do is to continue to expand in the top right. So what if they might have a situation where TY has the bottom of the map and like the top right corner is DRG's.
All of the top of the map is DRG's.
Oh my god, it's just very cool.
This is why I want another map like this one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is such a unique situation. So I think DRG, by the way, regardless of what TY's doing now, I think he has the right idea. If he's going to come back in this series, he needs to go for a strategic win. Not so much a mechanical win. He needs to have something where the ideas at play can trump the mechanical pushing ability of TY here. Now, what's funny is TY also went with an unorthodox build. You normally have the natural taken, the base that's above the one that we're looking at here, not the one below. So I don't know how these two builds interact with each other. I don't think either of these guys do either. I think both sides are sort of anticipate. Look, he gets there, he's like, there's nothing here. What is...
Yeah, the fact that he's attacking with Ling Ravager
I
right
guess
now.
I hit the wall and then...
He's going to break it down in seconds. TY just turned around. Well, this could be the beginning of the comeback for DRG. This is looking really good right now.
Yeah, he's just going to just tear through this. Now, hold on. He should be able to hold this off once he can get a drop-off over here. The tanks are sieging up. The Ravagers are far away enough. They can't do that much here. Okay, so he's just going to kill this attack now.
Yeah, he has the right units to kill it, but it did end up killing 9 units. It shows DRG what's up, and it slowed down the attack that was coming after him.
He might be able to... So where does this game go now?
Yeah, well, it's a huge advantage for TY.
Yeah, like, TY is looking very good here.
Yeah, how do you... I mean, it's Stim Marine metaback,
what's
so
funny,
roaches don't hit that.
What's funny about this is that there was supposed to be in DRG's mind, GG.
That's it.
Wow. Okay, TY 3-0, and damn.
Well, that was, I really didn't think that it could have been one side in TY's favor. You
never
did,
count out TY. So, by the way, guys, you know, DRG's strat, there's supposed to be a base where he was attacking. Instead, he's like, I guess I'll try to hit the main. And then he gets up there, it's like, oh, these units are better than mine. I'm not going to win this at all.
Yeah.
So, TY, man, maybe he wins another GSL. Proving that the casters are the best, Artosis.
Yeah.
It was always the casters.
Well, honestly, I'm looking at this bracket right now. I'm like, okay, stats easies this tournament.
You might be right. We're going to go to an interview now, see how TY is feeling. He has 3-0 DRG. What did we... Yeah, under an hour. Crazy. Wow.
Wow, what a fast series that was. And TY defeats DRG. He moves on to the round of 4. Congratulations. Thank you. Wow, that was so fast. You won 3-0. This is your 4th consecutive round of 4. How do you feel? Well, today I didn't come here with high expectations. But, you know, having won so easily, I am really happy. And now that I made it to round 4, I'll try to lift the trophy like season 1. Alright, let's talk about the match. And it felt like DRG was always behind in those games. And he couldn't even use his signature middle-list Ling Ling. So what was that about? I know DRG's tendency to use middle-list Ling Bane. And I was kind of surprised to see the Hydras from him. And I feel like DRG is not as good as he is with the lurkers. In the Ice and Chrome, things didn't go well for you in the early game. But then you decided to destroy the expansions. So what was that about? I mean, my siege tank brush got fended off pretty easily. So I felt like that I would probably lose if I don't have an upper hand with my micro. So I knew that I had to make the decision. So you're saying that your micro, you believe in your micro.
트리플이었다면은 아마 그 박소 선수의 승부수가 통했을 거예요. 어떤 생각을 하면서 3세트 병력이 좀 짜진
So what was your mind in the last game?
제가 먼저 갈 생각이었는데 수호 형이 몰래
I was actually gonna go for the triple bait first, but I realized that DRG was accumulating roaches,
승리였던 것 같아요.
and then it was a hard-fought victory.
거두고 3대 0이라는 스코어까지
So you obtained the 3-0 victory in the
자,
end.
이렇게 우승을 바라보고 계시는
So now you have your eyes set on the trophy.
넘어야 합니다.
And now you have to beat the round 4 opponent. So your round 4 opponent will be either stats or innovation. Who are you rooting for?
물론 김대호 선수가 올라오면 같은 팀원으로서
Well, I mean, I would be happy if Stats moves on since he's Africa Freaks member.
프로토스보다는 테란이 낫고.
But to be frank, Terran is better than Protoss.
굉장히 어려워하기도 하고 그 중에서 가장 잘한다는 프로토스인 김대호 선수를 다시 만나면은
And you know, if I do
많이 힘들 것
play
같아요.
against Stats, it's gonna be really hard for me.
이신영 선수의 진출 가능성을 따져본다면
So then, what are the possibilities of the innovation
이신영
beating
선수,
Stats?
다른 테란이라면 김대호 선수 상대로 50% 미만이겠지만
If it's another
이신영
Terran,
선수라서 5대 5인
it will be
것
less
같아요.
than 50%, but since it's innovation, I think he has 50% chance to win.
답변이 술술 나오는 것 같습니다. 자, 끝으로 마지막 한마디
Right, before you
들어볼게요.
go, anything you want to say?
일단 같은 팀원을 꺾고 올라간 만큼 이번에
Well, I beat my Africa Freaks teammate,
우승을 해서
so I'm gonna try my best to
아프리카
win GSL this season
우승자가 다시 한번 나오도록 하겠습니다.
and make
다시
Africa
한번
Freaks
사강
proud.
진출 축하드립니다.
Once again, congratulations.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
자, 이렇게
Thank
사강
you, Andy.
진출자 아프리카 프릭스 전태양
TY
선수
crushing it,
만나봤고요.
man.
계속해서
He
GSL
really
Saying
crushed
that
it.
Terran is better than Protoss.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I think he's just taunting innovation right now, who definitely disagrees with that.
Yeah, innovation definitely not going to be on the same page there. I thought that series was going to be longer, but TY is looking very impressive. Again, he's won at GSL. He could do it again here.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I mean, I'm surprised that it was a 3-0, to be honest. I think DRG didn't stay true to himself, so maybe next season.
We're going to have a short break. We come back, our next best of 5. Don't go away.
상큼한 복숭아가 사이다를 더 청량하게 새로움을 마시다.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
잡아 킬 흐림님 힐 그렇지 나 힐 이점 쓰리끔 온다 잡아 바닥 바로
From the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
성능을 언제 어디서나 가볍게 즐기다. 지포스 GTX 1650 그래픽 최신 인텔 10세대 프로세서 탑재. 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준 LG 울트라 기어.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
야, 우리 진짜 한 판만 더 이기면 돼.
야 그럼 나 화장실 좀 갔다 올게.
야, 어디가?
금방 와.
자, 이 정도.
20여 명의 학생들이 컴퓨터 게임에 몰입하고 있는 또 다른 PC방. PC방의 전원을 꼽아보겠습니다.
From the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
핫식스.
싱그러운 청귤이 사이다를 더 청량하게. 새로움을 마시다.
실성 사이다.
성능을 대용량 배터리로 언제 어디서나 더 오래 즐기다. 72Wh 대용량 배터리, 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준, LG 울트라 기어. 듀얼 메모리, 듀얼 저장 장치, 고성능을 듀얼 업그레이드로 더 오랜 기간 즐기다.
거기 들어와. 그 밑에 걔 잡고. 나이스. 자, 씨. 됐어.
미안해 로나. 화났어?
미안해. 내가 해줄게.
아 잠깐 내가 누르면 안 돼. 누르면 안 돼 지금. 자 경쾌한데 무슨 소리야?
좋은 시간 되세요.
From the beginning.
고고 핫식스.
이상한데? 그렇게 작아. 너무 안 보이는데? 보이지가 않잖아. 쓸 수가 없는데? 저거 키워보라고.
성능을 17대 화면으로 언제 어디서나 더 크게 즐기다. WQXGA 초고화질의 17대 화면, 16대10 최적의 화면비, 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준, LG 울트라 기어.
라면이요.
이게
나왔습니다.
잠깐만 들어주세요. 빨리 나와요 이거.
음료 나왔습니다.
From the beginning.
고고 핫식스. 인구수에서 앞서 나가는 이신영.
모선에도 잡혔어요.
자, 위로 주자 멤버까지 코너의 확장 쪽의 데미지를 인터넷에게는 병력이 조금 모자르는가요?
테란이 정말 효율적인 교전으로 이득 챙긴 거죠. 추가 병력은 수적자잖아요. 수적자를 생산하면 다른 가스 유닛이 안 나온다는 거거든요. 전면 이렇게 끊어야죠. 폭풍이 일단 좋아요.
네, 폭풍이 좋아.
자, 이시영 절대로 예방선 밖으로 나가면 안 돼요.
네, 이 거리 유지하면서 싸워야 됩니다.
네, 이거 지금 송병구에게 저로에게 왔습니다. 근데 이거 컵맵이다. 들어가야 돼. 두 명이 저걸 풀 없거든요.
자, 위로 들어가서
송병구 위치 좋은데요. 일단 한 번 더 잡아야죠. 그래도 갑방선이에요. 그래도 갑방선.
자, 해방선이 지금 테란의 미래거든요.
근데 이게 있죠. 해방선이 방어이 안 되면 테란의 미래가 풀렸을 때. 마지막 기회. 안 돼요. 해방선 안 돼요. 무령 없을 때 이에 해방선
폭풍이죠.
앞전면할 수 있죠. 앞전면.
폭풍.
수학이 끝나지 않았네요.
그렇죠. 누가 지난 시즌 우승자를 송병구가 잡을 거라고 생각했겠습니까? 그래서 추가 병력 사도 내려오죠.
근데 공중 잡아도 사도 추가됩니다. 이제 사도 기사.
자, 머리 위에 이제 폭풍.
빨리 던져내죠.
자, 우선은 지상 병력이 누가 지상 병력이.
유령이 쌓이면 지상 병력 이깁니다. 공격 모드. 유령이 버티면 이겨요. 공격 모드.
자, 여기 하나 조금 더 버텨주자.
인구수 50 차이 납니다.
조금 더 밀어야죠.
지금 이제 강전사랑 사이드 프로토스 혼자 맞는 갈 건데 가스 없어요. 그래서 이제부터 밀어야죠. 가스 없어요.
자, 여기서 빨리 전리 붙여라.
나오면 안 돼요. 나오면 위험합니다.
자, 들어가서 싸웁니다. 뒤에
나오면 위험하거든요.
이분들 들어가서 싸웁니다.
나오면 또 아이언을 위험한데.
내 목숨을 아이언에게.
그냥 깡이 좀 진짜 위험한데. 프로토스 강전사로 여기서 맞춰주는데
들어가서 밀고 유령.
강전사 접근이 없어요.
질럿 웨이브.
그렇죠. 더 있거든요.
돌진입니다. 돌진.
무조건 황전사.
이 광전사를 뭐로 막나요?
그렇죠. 와, 그 수많은 7천 광물의 이유가 광전사였어요.
그렇죠. 왔어요. 이제 더 이상 프로토스 자원 없긴 없지만
한 방의 시작은 광전사거든요.
네, 이미 광전사 끝도 광전사 정면 들었죠.
저걸 각 잡고 싸웁니다.
이게 광전사예요. 이게 광전사. 행성교세 있으면 뭐하나요? 광전사가 다 깨버리는데 하면 오해했냐는 거죠.
존재 이유의 그 자체 광전사.
불어 광전사.
야, 그렇죠. 335 광전사.
네. 확실히 긴장하고 있네요. 긴장보다는 확실하게 상 읽고 있습니다.
프로토스의 로망 광전사로 경기를 끝내고 승리에 올라가는 주성우 선수. 들어가고 있는 변현우 선수인데요. 상대는 확장을 준비하고 있습니다.
그런데 이거 정도 전막 깨는 거 맞죠? 맹독 충격 점사 변호가 진짜 원탑이거든요.
그렇죠.
욕심을 낼 수밖에 없는 게 여왕이 많기 때문에 전망만 파괴하고 빠져도 금방 복구되거든요.
네, 쪽으로 좀 들어가는데요. 이번에
맹독 충격 여기서 여왕을 녹일 수 있는
미친 컨트롤이 나오나요? 이게 말입니까? 이거 말입니까? 마이크로는 도대체 어떤 선수의 이런 미친 플레이를 해요? 누가 맹독충을 왼점사를 11개를 해요? 야인 아니면 못하는 거예요? 야인 시대 아닙니까 지금이야?
말도 안 됩니다. 아니면 못합니다. 이거 본진 쪽에 떨어져서 본진 장악해야 됩니다. 그렇죠. 관문 정전 수정탑 해야 돼요.
네, 자 내려가서 이쪽으로 내려서.
이거 귀환 관리 되나요? 귀환 관리 되나요? 귀환 안 되면 아직 귀환 컬이 없고 이쪽에 모든 병력 이끌고 오는데 지뢰 대박난 상태로 흔들려요.
지금 와서 지금 한번.
와 그래도 병력 배분 잘해주면서 양쪽의 병력을 막을 만하긴 한데 이제 문제는 컨트롤이죠. 이미 지금 얼마나 흔들리냐면 정오포의 부채가 해병에 가까이 왔는데 오히려 우클릭으로 다른 쪽으로 빠졌어요.
자 이러면 관문이 좀 터져나오고 있거든요.
자 그래서
자 센터학장 쪽으로.
막불 작전 너도 컨트롤 어렵게 해라.
자 여기도 다시 좀 분위기가 있습니다.
지지로 막아야 되는데 저런 폭발 툴을 얼마나 잘 쓰느냐입니다. 건설로 보시죠. 그렇죠. 다 맞아줘야 돼요.
많아요. 분위기 많아요.
분위기 많아요.
아 분위기
자
때문에.
이거 프로토스 마지막 한 지금 저 폭발 툴다 빠졌을 때 다 빠졌을 때 싸우고 지금 프로토스 앞마당에 지금 병력 그대로 이득 거두고 있었거든요.
네.
이쪽에서 싸워주고 언덕을 잡게 되면 전태형 싸움 앞전면 유라가 태우는 거 미스났습니다. 이렇게 되면 이거 잡기는 돼요. 잡기는 돼요.
님이 밀어요.
아 전태형이 우르선에 태운 거 제약의 수가 됐습니다. 이거 결국 연결체가 깨지면 무승부 나오거든요. 무승부 나와요. 기한 지금 준비해야 됩니다. 기한 준비해야 됩니다. 기한 준비해야 됩니다. 기한 안 했어요. 기한 안 했어요. 기한 안 하고요. 새끼입니다. 깨요. 미안한데 우리 다시 하지 한번 더 하자. 가장 든든한 군송장입니다.
군송장 여기 하나가 이제 여기서 들어나왔습니다. 들어.
아니 4강전에서 무승부가
이번 시즌 무승부.
이확장 이번에 또 발휘되면 타격 크죠. 그리고 이전 경기랑은 좀 다른 게 업그레이드 차이가 좀 많이 나요. 깰 겁니다. 깨러 갈 겁니다. 풀무비토 마무리.
저희가 지켜야 되는데요.
지금 해병 물범이 그냥 뛰어다녀야죠. 앞마당으로 들어와서 다시 한번 엘리전 구도 그리고 행성구 새끼 버티는 거 어디서 많이 봤던 장면이 있고. 근데 이거는 전태양 입장에서 최고의 상황이 될 수 있습니다. 분열기 정확볼 다 뺐어요.
네, 차 들어가면서 여기. 자, 7시죠.
굴 빼는 동안에 병력이 좀 많이 줄어서 못 깨요. 전태양이 오히려 이득 거두죠.
자, 이렇게 병력 뒤쪽으로
9시 연결체 9시 연결체도 깨고요. 깼어요. 방금 그리고 기한 쓰려고 했던 거 아닌가요?
그렇죠. 쓰려고 했죠. 김 선수님 자원줄 말렸습니다.
연결체 기한 에너지 썼으면 걸어와요. 날아다니는데 지금 프로토스 걸어와요.
Innovation. Africa team, Prigos Studio Live. 2020 GSL Season 3. Code is Last Stand.
All right, we are back, and we have one of our players here in the round of 4 here. TY is the first survivor of the round of 8. We've got one more best of 5 coming up here, though. It's going to be Stats versus Innovation.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's closer to that last match.
That was short. That was under an hour. And it was not close.
That fast.
Yeah. Let's go to the interview now. Andy,
Before
go
we
ahead.
head into the second match of the round of 8, we're going to have an interview.
특히 8강 2경기에 나서는 두 선수는 GSL 결승 무대만 각각 3번씩
And these two players have both made it to the GSL finals 3 times respectively. And these two players are always considered the favorites every season. Hello Stats. Hello Innovation.
자, 먼저 김대엽 선수입니다.
Stats.
지난주 16강 경기에서 죽음의 조를
Last week,
2위로 뚫으셨는데요.
you won the group of stats at the first place, but that time you were in a very bad condition, but despite that you won. So how are you feeling right now? I mean, compared to last week, it's a lot better. I've gotten a lot better. So I think I should be in a good condition today.
정말 다행입니다.
Right, that's good.
자, 현재 많은 테란 선수들이요. 김대엽 선수 너무 무섭다.
And a lot of
이렇게
Terran players are
극찬을 하고
saying
있고,
that
또
Stats,
많은 분들이
you are so
김대엽
formidable
선수의
to them.
이번 시즌 우승을 또 점치고 계시거든요.
And many
본인
people are
생각은
predicting
어떠세요?
that you might be able to lift the trophy this season. What do you think? Well, this is only the round of 8, so I think it's too early to call that. And you know, I do hear those comments often, so you know, I don't want to be overconfident. You know, I'm kind of worried that I might lose to Innovation today.
걱정이 된다. 자, 이번에는 이신영 선수입니다.
So let's talk to Innovation this time.
역대 8강이라고 꼽히는 죽음의 조를 당당하게 뚫고
And Innovation,
올라왔습니다.
you made it through the group of stats, which was considered the most scary one so far. And you did destroy a lot of the Zergs on your way. So what do you think of today?
세번 연속 8강 왔다는 게 되게 신기하고.
You know, I'm pretty happy and fascinated to have made it to my third round of 8 consecutively.
지난 16강전에서 아무래도 이 프로토스전이 너무 걱정이
In the last round of 16, you mentioned that Protoss is so hard to defeat. So did you find any solutions?
구하지는 못했고요.
No, I haven't found any solutions yet.
걱정이 많아요.
So I still have a lot of many worries coming here.
좀 어떤 작전을 풀어 나가실 생각이세요?
Then how are you planning on playing today?
그냥 좀 편하게 하려고 왔습니다.
I'll try to play comfortably
편하게
today.
임하다 보면 좋은 결과가 있지 않을까. 자, 이 말씀을 듣고 난 김대엽 선수는 좀 어떤
Then
생각이
Stats,
드시나요?
how do you feel after hearing that?
안 그래도 그 이번에 준비를 하면서
You know, while preparing
신영이하고 좀 얘기를 좀
for
해봤는데
today's
너무
match,
막 자신 없어 하고
I talked to Innovation on Battle.net,
막 4강 진출 축하한다 그러고
and Innovation was saying that like he's
그래가지고,
so
너무
scared to play against me. And he said, congratulations on the win already.
약한 척 해가지고
So you know, he keeps playing weak.
조금 그래서 좀 제 스스로가 좀 들뜰까봐 그게 좀 걱정이.
So you know, I just try not to be overconfident today.
선수에 대해서 좀 이야기를 해볼게요.
Alright, let's talk about Innovation.
조성주 선수와는 좀 다른 점, 이신영 선수는 좀 어떤 점이
So
있을까요?
what makes Innovation different from other Terran players like Maru?
테란의 저 같아요. 그냥
I mean, he feels like the stats of Terran. He's very solid, and he likes the mid-late game.
왠지 이번 게임도 좀 중반 게임이 나올 것 같아요.
And I believe today's match we'll be able to see a lot of the mid-late games. Is this boosting your confidence, Innovation?
자신감은 없는데.
No, I have no confidence at all.
또 실전은 다르니까.
But you know, when we get into the game, it might be different.
하다 보면 또 다전제니까.
And so as I play today, you know, things might change. I'll try to adapt to his playstyle.
그렇군요. 자, 다소 상반된 분위기의 두 선수와 이야기를 해봤는데요. 마지막으로 두 선수 한마디씩
Alright,
나눠보겠습니다.
before we get into the game,
두 선수 모두 GSL 우승한 지
anything you guys want to say to each other?
마지막으로 한마디. 자, 먼저 이신영 선수 한마디.
Innovation first.
누구한테?
김대엽 선수.
To Stats, yes.
와, 벌써부터 신나 보이는 것 같은데.
You know, Stats looks so happy already.
자만하지 말고.
But try not to be overconfident,
네,
Stats.
벌써부터 신나 보인다. 실제로
And that's what Innovation just said.
한마디 해주시죠.
Then Stats, what about you?
아니 그냥 그 신영이 얼굴만 봐도 웃겨가지고.
You know, looking at Innovation's face, it makes me happy and
경기에서는
fun.
네, 방심하지 않고.
Yeah, during the match, I'm not gonna try to let my guard down.
저도 신영이하고 같이 편하게 경기만.
And I too will try to play comfortably like Innovation.
자, 두 선수 이렇게 이야기 나눠봤는데요.
And that was the interview with the two players.
최고의 베테랑 김대엽, 이신영
And out of these two strong veterans of GSL, who will be the one that wins today?
I don't know. How would I know that? I don't know. We gotta wait and see how the games go. This is gonna be, well, first of all, they should be better and longer than our first series.
Yeah, I mean, it might be. I think the games will be reasonably long. As Stats said, it's much more likely that these games don't end early. Stats just doesn't have an aggressive bone in his body. So I think they will be longer games.
Yeah, Stats is the defensive Protoss player. Tends to not cheese. Basically just holds off everything until he has taken a substantial lead, and then he closes the game out with better tech.
Yeah.
This has not always been the way. The Protosses have won. We've had a lot of wild and crazy aggro Protosses. We had SOS's brainy play. It was just so hard to figure out. But, you know, Stats right now looking like he's the best there is. And he's brought his very robust style back.
Yeah, and we just saw some really interesting statistics there. In Season 2, Stats eliminated TY. Season 3, Maru and Byun. So that's 3 of the 4 horsemen. This is the next one for his chopping block this year.
That's right.
But Innovation is apparently 19-9 against Stats, which is... The thing is, Innovation's been a top-level player longer, and stylistically, his matchup, like in general, the way we think of Innovation, should do well against Stats, because he's not overly aggressive early, which is what Stats is best against.
Really overextends.
Yeah, Stats is best characterized as a defensive Protoss, but the thing is, I think he's filled out his Protoss versus Terran game a lot.
I think you're right.
And he really knows how to get the right composition and start putting pressure on in the mid game without over-defending early game, because that's where he used to run into trouble. So, despite all those stats and everything, like I'm with Innovation on this. I don't think I'm nervous for him, you know?
Yeah, I think Stats is a funny player because sometimes he looks like the greatest player of all time.
Yeah.
When it's working, like it seems like he's solved the game.
Yeah.
But you know, this is 2 of the very best at their respective styles duking it out here, right? Innovation, never-ending pushes, constant aggression, clean mechanical play, the kind that you could be map hacking against him and still lose.
Oh, for sure.
But Stats is patient, very much focused on teching, on upgrading, and I think it's going to be a very good fight, and I think this should go to Game 5.
Game 5?
You think so?
No.
No? You think it's going to be one-sided?
Yeah, I think Stats is going to 3-0.
No, Artosis.
Yeah, I do.
I'm Artosis, and I hate fun. Oh!
I hate fun.
I hate having fun, everybody.
Do people... I mean, I've already debunked that people play StarCraft for fun, because that's not true. Do people watch StarCraft for fun? I only watch StarCraft to learn things and get angry.
And to get upset by them. Ice and Chrome from Map 1. Stats versus Innovation starts now.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여. 전투 지원이 들어왔다. 함께 우리는 더욱 강하다.
This music gets me going, man. This is great music.
We've got a probe out on the map right now. An SCV out on the map right now.
Ooh. Could it be the Max Packs?
It could be. I'm curious to see what Innovation's going to do. Okay, so the first barracks is out on the map, but right now we have Stats heading across the...
yeah, he's just doing the quick scout to see if it's a proxy. Put some harassment.
It's going to look like it is a proxy, but it's not. This is a Macarax. This is one of the older tricks in the game.
It's a sneaky one, because it's like... It's just hiding. It'll float into the main quickly afterwards. But Stats has to act as if it's on his side of the map, unless he finds it.
Right now, from the Protoss perspective, you'd think this is a great find, when in fact it's quite misleading. Now, hold on, wait, where's the probe going? Is it going to go down there?
Yeah, he's looking
he's gonna
for
see it.
Well, yeah. Wow.
Damn,
that's a good
Stats.
scout right there. That's a good scout.
I don't
so
think
he has the same probe out actually looking too.
You can't kill the SCV before the barracks finishes, so there is a Reaper coming out here, but very good scout here by Stats.
Oh, that's interesting, actually. From those stats, they were 6 and 5 before Legacy of the Void. So what I was saying about Innovation was a better player for longer doesn't actually hold up here, because they actually had a closer record before Legacy, and then Innovation did much better against Stats in Legacy. That's fascinating. That is not what I would have guessed at all.
Yeah, I'm glad we can have access to those kind of resources, because, yeah, I'd say for me, I wouldn't have expected that either.
Yeah. Huh.
So this game Stats is just going to expand now, and it looks like he's just going to be playing a pretty defensive game. Very cool to see him get spotted, though, right away.
Gotta figure out what's going on. He is getting a shield battery, so he's not going to be too worried. It's going to allow him to put some pressure across the map with his adept. Doesn't have to just micro at home. Hellion on the way. I think he'll lift that barrack. Yeah, the barrack's going back in now.
You can see the adepts now coming across the map here. And what we're seeing from stats is what it seems like a lot of the Protoss players like to play with. Getting the Twilight Council out here, just continuing to tack up. This is a matchup where, generally speaking, the third base is always taken before for the Protoss before the Terran.
Yeah, yeah.
You grow. A lot of Terrans have relied on different types of drops, but many times with this build, you see Blink upgraded immediately to catch those drops that could be coming here.
Yeah, it's kind of a safety build. You know, stats oftentimes will go like 3-gate and into Colossus Tech and third base around the same time.
Yeah.
They can be ordered in either direction. We'll see if that's what he's up to. It's really kind of funny, right? Because Parting brought out the 4-gate Blink build with Observer.
Yeah.
And just was smashing everyone with it. And then, like, every Protoss has tried it, and they're all so bad at it compared to Parting.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
like,
crazy.
remember we saw Trap trying to do it, and it was just like... it was not even close to as well done. Anyways, third gate going up. Definitely does not look like it's going to be a fourth gate.
And here comes the medevac now. Let's see how much damage he can actually get off here. Looks like that's going to be, he's going to have the Hellions over here to try to dive in. But you can see already Stats just plugs the entrance with something that's making, he knows the timing of this, you're expecting a drop, you're expecting the 2 Reapers and the Hellion to try to come in and do damage, and Stats is just having none of it.
Well, he's poking that front, but Stats does have units in the main base. Here comes the medevac. Stats ready for it. Gets right in on top of it.
Oh, wow, it actually doesn't kill that. Okay.
Perfect sacrificial probe there.
Yep.
You can see Stats dealing with this so quickly. If DRG could do this, like Stats,
yeah,
imagine mixing those two up.
No, he's just so comfortable with what he's doing. And you can see the medevac is chased away, and now the gateway's canceled there at the entrance. And Stats will continue in very healthy development in this game.
Yeah, perfect defense there. He actually is making a Prism, so definitely going to get a bit aggressive. It's kind of interesting as well.
And we're going to have that third base coming down here pretty quickly for Stats.
Do you think he's going to use his Stalkers offensively here? Like, I mean, he has the Prism, I would imagine.
He might.
Oh, that's a great mind drop right there.
All right, again, only 1 probe killed. You always want to get more than 1 if you can. I guess he is just going to go in here and attack, and he might sense some kind of weakness, but it seems to me like Innovation is actually more than prepared for this. The Siege Tank is actually not the one that we see here, but the one in the main is exactly where it needs to be.
Yeah, I don't think he can actually get damage done. Look at that placement. Everything looks really good.
Yeah, that's... the placement is literally perfect. Now, he might get that Tech Lab. You know, this was killing a lot of Terrans early on, but it doesn't seem like this is something that Protoss can use as effectively anymore. It's sort of...
Well, you have to be so sharp with this.
It's stale in the meta, I think, against somebody like Innovation.
Yeah, he was truly ready for that. Okay, well, that didn't really work out for him, but I don't think it's the end of the world. The third Nexus is going to be finishing up here. Innovation continuing to produce his army, getting into double eBay. Really well defended. Wow. That's, I mean, this is nice, you know?
No, he's doing a great job. From here, yeah, Stim is now coming down for the Terran. Innovation's going to be taking its third a little bit later here. The thing with a Stalker harass like this is, like, it doesn't do much, but you might as well just do it. You can use the Warp Prism and the Stalkers with Blink and maybe kill an SCV here or there. Just take whatever you can get.
Warp Prism is a unit that just is, like, kind of scary, right? It kind of pins them into their base for extra time.
And as we were mentioning earlier, you know, the third is wrapping up here for Stats. So all these gateways are coming down here. We're going to go into Zealot speed, as well as getting the Templar archives.
Find it interesting that he skipped out on the Colossus right now. I think Robotech is very strong currently, but he's going a more gateway-centric route here. Actually loses 5 probes to that. Very nice.
Yeah, not
very
bad
nice
with the Liberator there. This Liberator can, of course, tuck itself over in this corner, and the Stalkers can't reach it. And that's annoying, you know, for the Protoss, because you basically have to leave 2 Stalkers there forever now. But we have a push coming out here. Very nice sniping here by Stats.
Really cool.
Guardian Shield coming down. I'm not sure about that force field.
Yeah,
Stim is about to finish here. He's got to be careful, because when Stim is done, they can actually pursue you.
Yeah.
And get some good kills there. So the third base comes down now. Now, is there any kind of timing attack that Stats can have here? I mean, he's continuing to upgrade. All of his gateways are done. So he's now going to have these huge production waves.
Yeah, both of them actually hitting a huge supply block there, by the way. 5 pylons away. But no, I don't think there is any sort of timing for him. I think he has to just kind of absorb this attack as it comes in.
Yeah, I don't know about some of these 1 force fields we're seeing.
Yeah, it's very...
I think he's always thinking he has 2 when he doesn't. So you put 1 and they just go around it.
I don't think he actually has enough right here. The rocks haven't been taken down. He doesn't have that many Zealots.
The Zealots are actually stuck in the back here. He actually blinks away, messing up his attack a little bit here. But is there still enough? I don't know about this, man. I think Terran's going to just take this base out. I love the auto turrets.
I'm a bit confused why we have really great macro players today playing with inferior unit sets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, right now, it's really clear that Robotech is very strong. Colossus are great with Blink Stalkers and everything.
By the way,
and that's where Stats is strong anyways.
Storm is just finished. Like, right as GG is typed in. Innovation takes game 1. Nicely done there by Innovation. Damn, Stats did not look very good, though, to be honest. That was kind of weird, right?
He blocked the harassment fine and then went into a style that is not his strength. And, like, this gateway style was really fantastic when Classic was smashing with it about 8 seasons ago.
Also,
but since then, it has not been as strong. Robos are amazing right now.
He had nothing to really deal with the army. You know what I mean? Like,
he had nothing.
Yeah, he didn't. I mean, not even like a force field when the attack was there. I mean, there was like nothing he could do. And then, if you don't have splash damage like a Colossus or a Disruptor, he was getting Storm. Storm finished the same time that GG was typed in.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say, but I think you're right. Stats can't use this weird, older style. It's incongruent with the way that Innovations play in the game. Now, the next map is Golden Wall. This does make for occasionally some very unusual games. Let's go to game 2 now with Stats versus Innovation.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여.
Very early probe going out.
아프리카 프린스 스탠치 김대영. 카이트 게임 이노베이션 이신영.
Okay, so I think that there's a couple main things that we need to look for here. First off, does Stats do one of these aggressive gold-based strats, right? Like, sometimes you see Protoss take the gold quickly against Terran here and go blink into charge and just make 1,000,000 units, you know, and try to overwhelm. I don't think he'll go for that style. It's not really very Stats-like. But the other thing we have to keep in mind, because we haven't seen too many TVPs on Golden Wall lately.
That's true, actually.
It gets vetoed very quickly.
I feel like we have a lot of TVZs.
Yeah, we have a lot of TVZs.
We've had an endless amount of TVZs on Golden Wall, but I guess you're right. TVP is more of a rarity. Now, why do you think it's vetoed more often?
I think it's because it's hard for Protoss to deal with the different sides of
split platform.
The split platform, but also don't forget that, like, early on with this map, every single game was a Hellion drop into the main base because you don't have your third pylon when it gets there, and then all the probes die. That was like every game, to the point of insanity. It was very weird to watch. But yeah, that's the other thing that I think we need to look out for here.
So, in this game, I'm wondering, because it does seem like this, maybe I'm wrong, but it does seem to me like this should be Stats' worst map. It's already hard enough to just play the defensive game on this map.
Yeah.
And Stats seems to be, it's unlikely he's going to do some crazy Protoss cheese. Like Stats, I have a hard time even remembering games that he has cheesed in.
It's
right?
a rare thing from him.
Like,
And
just think, I mean, everybody who's watching, like, yeah, when is, like, the last time that we saw Stats, like, Cannon Rush a natural or something, you know what I mean?
Actually,
like, I don't think we've ever actually had it, have we?
feel like I remember him doing that against Dark at, like, BlizzCon or something, or maybe it was GSL last year, but yeah, it's so rare.
Yeah,
it's so rare. Yeah,
And
he doesn't cheese enough.
I think that's correct. I feel like he should, any good player, and we're talking tournament player here, needs to have a certain amount of cheese.
Yeah.
Because if you don't cheese at all, then your opponents can just start to cut corners. They can start to take risks because they know that you're pretty generic in how you open up in the game, and therefore they don't have to defend against so many other things. And I mean, there's definitely a scale of how much you should cheese and can cheese. I mean, somebody like Parting cheeses quite a lot, but he can play a macro game just fine.
A nice strong one.
Yeah, he has no problem just macroing and doing that, and that's very scary. And then there's other players who don't cheese that much, but they can. Maru does this. He'll sometimes do some weird cheese.
It's really true.
But yeah, Stats, and I think you and I are on the same page with this, where it always seems to me like you should cheese enough. Like, I don't feel like Stats does that enough.
Yeah.
By the way, this Reaper is going to get the scout off.
Yeah, DT Shrine. Oh, I don't know
Did he see it?
if he saw it. Okay, it blinked onto his screen. You would never put a pile on there, so I think he can put 2 and 2 together,
And
but we don't know if he will. Yeah, eBay started.
I think, yeah, he knows.
He knows.
That's an unfortunate scout.
That is unfortunate.
This whole build is supposed to be set up so that you don't see that in time. So, you know, DT is a build where if it's stopped, you're really behind. If it works, you're really ahead.
Yeah.
There's not normally like a DT build, at least in StarCraft 2, where you're like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need to do any damage with this. This is part of my normal tech. No.
No, you do need to do a bit of damage with early DTs. All right, Mind Drop coming down. Stats with the quick pull, so he'll be all right. Just lose a couple probes.
Good
Can't
pickup.
really punish, though.
Okay, here comes that DT drop now. Now, is he in position? There's actually one DT at the front there as well.
Yeah, let's see how much damage he gets. There's going to be a Raven popping out, so it can't be that much.
Yeah.
Three SCVs, like, this is not the end of the world for Stats to not have done a ton. We'll see if he gets some more done, maybe with an Archon drop that's been fashionable.
Yeah, the Archon drop is sort of the next step after, because the Archons will just do more damage, and then detection is no longer a factor. So he's going to do the Archon drop. Let's see what this actually does.
Innovation with some strong harassment.
He is going to get that medevac. Nicely done. Takes that out. Okay, here's the Archon drop.
Yeah.
Let's see what he can do. Again, I think the placement here from Innovation is basically perfect.
Yeah, it's a hard one to get in there and get that damage done. Don't forget, there are disables, so there could be a punish coming up. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay, very patient there.
But with the Viking, I think that the Archon drop is mostly over now. You can't really risk it. Blink is being made. Third base taken on that bottom platform for Stats.
Yeah, from here, Stats just, continuing to grow. The Archon drop really hasn't done much of anything. I'm still waiting for that disable. I thought we might have that a little bit quicker here.
Yeah, I don't think he's quite gotten the position he needs. Oh, I thought he was going to go for it there.
Yeah, me too.
That really looked like it. Maybe the Prism turned just out of range and he decided to cancel. But, is this going to do something?
Let's see. Seems like he's very committed with this, and I don't think there's anything to actually repair the bunker. Now, what else can he get done? That doesn't look like it's ever going to work, right? Maybe with the Archons coming in, he can actually splash that down. I don't know.
Kind of decent. Throws down the auto turret. That definitely helps. I feel like he needs to pull the tank down from the main.
Yeah,
okay, here
well,
we
he's
go.
doing that now. It really goes to show you what this bottleneck can do. Huh.
I think that was pretty good from Stats, I think.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
It seems like it was kind of a messy attack, but I guess it's fine. The Terror doesn't have enough units now to be out on the map and take the gold base. So yeah, that was pretty good actually.
And now he's going to actually get this command.
Yeah. That's annoying.
That is brutal.
Is really bad actually. I was almost in disbelief as I was seeing them hit it. I'm like, oh man, he actually didn't pull that away enough.
Yeah, that was
quick enough. And
that was a big mistake from Innovation. When this was happening, he should just not have had that out there.
Yeah, what do you think about Stats doing the same thing as Game 1? He's getting 5 gates now. He's getting Templar Archives. He's getting Zealots with Charge.
Yeah, I think it's very different this game because of the way that he opened. And kind of like the setup that he's going for, where he has a base in the back. I like it better this game than the previous game.
Okay.
The Colossus tech would struggle a little bit more on this map than other maps. I think you need a more fluid army. So yeah, I'm not hating on it this game as much as that last one. The rest of the maps, so we need Colossus tech out of him.
Again, man, we have another push, and even though there's SCVs with this one, but a lot of the same ideas at play, dude. Let's keep in mind that Innovation won with basically the same push.
Well, I think he just warps in a few sentries. He already has 3, and he just force fields until he's ready and then kills it. Honestly, that's the... Okay, some fancy micro right there.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know why he's out here. Why is he out here?
I don't even know why he's trying to take a fight over here.
He just wants to lose his Zealots, I guess.
Okay, here are the 3 sentries.
Yeah, where are they? Okay, there they are. Okay, that was... Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, but the tanks can siege up over here.
Yep.
I mean, he can buy time here. Keep in mind, 2 gateways and a robo are going to go down in the process.
Just go throw down two more force fields.
Innovation being very cautious here.
Yeah, you got to buy time for your storms. Buy time for your storms. What are we doing?
He's lost the Templars now. There's 1 storm. And I think Innovation's actually just going to push through. He takes out the Forge. Now, we don't have a shot of what's going on back in the main base here, but like, I mean, this is a lot of damage. It's hard to push up a ramp though, but I feel like there's been some mismanagement here by Stats for sure.
Yes.
Again, there's an expansion at the bottom, okay? So this is not like a game where, there's nothing but the main here. But the gateways now can fall down, and that's all the infrastructure for the Protoss right there. Not to mention, I don't see any more Templars here. There's no more storms available.
Well,
if he just kills the gateways, it's just...
Yeah, you can't make any more units.
Yeah, you just don't have any more of these units.
It's pretty straightforward.
The Zealots are immediately mowed down. More warp gates are coming in. I think Stats is dead. Am I wrong?
It kind of looks that way, doesn't it?
Does he have a scan? He does scan and kill the DTs.
Well,
he's actually about to get the Cybernetics core. You don't normally think about what happens when that dies in a PvT, but you can't get Stalkers now. Innovation is a beast. He did it. He's pushing through here. I think he only has 4 more gateways here. The probes are being pulled. He does kill 1 of the tanks, but loses his entire army. GG, Innovation, 2-0 versus Stats.
Yeah, I mean, good job by Innovation. Honestly, though, all Stats had to do to hold that was force field the ramp 1 more time. Okay? This is not... he took the back expand. On regular maps, your 3rd base will be killed if you're force fielding off the ramp to your NAT, right?
Yeah.
Not here. If you just put down 2 more force fields, he can't come up and kill you. Maybe he kills the stuff at your wall.
Okay.
Who cares? And then you have storms in a bottleneck.
This is the 2nd time that Stats has lost. Storm finishes, then he dies. He got 1 storm off there.
Yeah.
There were 2 more Templars that were sniped. He cannot do this tech, I don't think. He has to do some robo play, man. Get some disruptors, get some Colossus out here. I think this is
not like a hard concept to force field that stuff out while you wait for Psystorm.
No.
I'm actually kind of shocked. It's not like Innovation has Ravagers to knock them down. You get the full, 14 seconds or whatever of the force field.
Yeah, well, also force fielding is like the oldest technique for Protoss and StarCraft 2, right? Like people are very good at it now. So that's not good, man. We're going to go to death aura for Game 3 right now. Innovation with a 2-0 lead versus Stats.
영광의 전투를 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여. continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am worried that Stats is going to get 3-0'd.
Well,
he's not having the defense that I'm used to seeing. I feel like his ideas he's bringing are incongruent with the current way that Innovation's just approaching this matchup. Innovation seems to identify very quickly that he has a strong timing with or without SCVs. By the way, that game he lost enough workers that he just decided to go all in, and it worked.
Yeah, well, he lost that command center, and he was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was a sick throw from Stats. He should have won that. That was subpar play from him.
Yeah.
I actually, like, I'm shocked that he didn't force field the ramp again.
Yeah.
I'm shocked by it. So that's on him, and it's weird to see him go gateway style twice. Like the DT one, I was more okay with that. He needs to get back into the Robo style. All the strong PVTs that we're seeing right now are Colossus-based and Disruptor-based.
Yeah, the Disruptor especially is just such a game changer because you can't ever stay put in your fight. You don't have that stim sustain ability. And in this game, I mean,
it's like
Innovation ends the game before the Storm can save the day, and that's all there is to it. It's one of the most straightforward things in StarCraft. You don't have all of the assets of your race at your disposal, at your fingertips right away. You have to tech into stuff, which means there's things that you don't have yet, which means you have weaknesses. And this is, so far it's just been a story of an attack coming before the thing that could save the day was there. And I don't know what else to say.
This is what we're seeing today is with DRG, Lingbane Muta is killing everyone in the world for him. What does he do today? Lingbane Hydra all day.
Yeah.
For Stats, we have Colossus Tech with Blink killing everyone in the world for him. Literally already in this tournament, Byun and Maru.
Yeah.
What's he do today? Well, let's just go gateway units and die before Storm. It's like I don't. How these decisions are getting made is beyond me.
Yeah, this is wild. Good block there. What I'm most interested in seeing is what is the style Stats is going to bring here. We don't know the tech yet.
Yeah,
I mean,
we don't
this
know
looks
right
like
now.
a normal opening.
Yep.
Blink is, that doesn't mean that we're going to have a charge lots in Psy Storm. But if he loses the third game in the same fashion, then you definitely don't get to go to the round of 4.
Yeah. Well, here, I'll have a prediction for you.
Yeah.
I think he'll go Colossus this game. He'll win it. Then he'll go back to Gateway's
Gateway
next
tech.
game and lose.
Yeah. You're funny. We do occasionally have casts like that, though. We're like, huh. We thought he learned it, he didn't.
Yeah. It happens. Well, we'll see here momentarily.
I was so confident Innovation was dead once that third CC was killed.
Colossus Tech. There you
Hello.
go. Yeah, no, and he killed the third CC. Everything was looking nice. Even just the strategy he was doing made so much sense, like taking the back base. You're like, the amount that you can stall against these Terran players like that, I was digging it. Anyways, that's over now. We're going to try to forget about Game 2.
But can you forgive?
I can't forgive.
You can't forgive that,
I
right?
can't forgive because people are like, oh, there's an Artosis curse. And I point out plain as day how Stats really played terribly there. Honestly.
Yeah,
I mean, I wish I was Geary so that I wish I was a shapeshifter so I could turn into Geary to go down there and be like, so why didn't you? And he's like, whoa, Geary, you sound like Artosis. I'm like, why didn't you force field the ramp again? It's like, oh.
It is weird, man.
It's like I needed the Guardian Shield when I was fighting down my ramp against the Stim Bio. Like, oh, that's why. Okay, yeah.
Well, I'm excited that Stats is doing a tech that just seems to make a little bit more sense here. Innovation is getting his later third command center here. I don't think we're going to have too much engaging on either side for a little bit. nobody's managed to get into tech where you can really do much. Maybe he's going to try to blink in here. I don't think this is ever worth it anymore.
No, he's not.
I feel like every Terran main is now just booby trapped to kill stalkers.
A cute little Reaper gets in, sees what's going on. He gets like a full scout of everything. But no, I think the stalkers are over there right now just to slow things, you know? They act like they're tough. They're not really.
They're not tough.
They'll kill 2 Marines when he's trying to take his 3rd, and then he'll go home, you know? It's that type of situation.
Stim is done, by the way. He's going to go move out here for a drop. Is this going to get spotted? I guess not. He's going to just go right around this. And yeah, let's see how ready Stats is going to be for this. I mean, Innovation.
Yeah, this is a cool move from Innovation.
Yeah.
I really like this.
Well, you know, the thing about Stimmed Marine Marauder is if you're not ready, the damage is so high, he could really do something. But I love this Observer placed here.
Yeah, that just really saved him. Like, he could have taken some big damage from this, theoretically.
Oh, yeah.
But now that he sees it, it's like nothing. Like, he shouldn't take any damage. He should probably just recall those stalkers. Yeah, he did. There you go.
Yeah.
So, that's really what he needs.
He could actually just end up losing these medevacs if he's not ready. I mean,
Yeah,
Blink is
yeah,
done. Okay,
Nice
good
scan, nice scan.
Oh, I like the idea. Yeah, he was. The trick, guys, is you want to be actually close to the center of your main when they come in, so that you can blink right under the medevac and shoot both things down.
Exactly.
If you keep your stalkers right at the edge, they see it and they turn around.
Yeah. Don't want to do that unless you're like 50 APM. Then you can keep them on the edge because it's like you can't deal with that. Okay, so I mean, this is the real build from Stats. He's getting his Senka Robo. He's getting the Prism speed. Everything's looking pretty good. Now, I mean, this army, it does have that Raven, so there's like a little bit of potential it could do damage, but I don't really think so. I think Stats is pretty fine. I don't think Innovation's going to commit.
Okay, bombing these Zealots in here. A lot of SCV kills. Looks like this should be chased out pretty quickly, though. And yeah, killing 6 SCVs is actually quite good. Will these Vikings, though, kill off the War Prism? It looks like they do.
Well,
and
loses that, but I think that was, it's not the end of the world at all.
No, I think it's fine. Again, guys, we actually have, I think, the proper tech here from Stats. He's now getting 2 Disruptors at a time. And, you know, the Disruptors, they're really incredible units because most units in the game, they just deal damage to each other and trade off over time, right? The Disruptor, if it connects with certain targets, can just kill everything, and actually, it's not even taking damage.
Yeah. Normally.
Yeah.
No, it's an amazing unit, and it's like, I think it's still, people still aren't nearly as good with it as they're going to be.
It's a hard unit to use.
It's a hard unit to play against, hard unit to use.
Yeah.
It's a very complicated one.
Well, it requires a lot of precision in a game that's going insanely fast, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, 2 big pieces of the army have been chunked off here.
Ooh.
He's disabled the Colossus.
Yeah, very good disables. What is he walking into that for?
Oh my God. Stats' control is questionable here.
Here we go.
The disable wears off. Oh, the Raven actually flying into that.
And it looks like he does have enough to push this back. Got scary there when the Colossus just like walked through everything, but he lives and he has a lot of Disruptors now. He's about to have 2-1, going for the Dark Shrine. Lots of Zealots being warped in.
Still has both Colossi here, Zealots, filling in the rest of the army. As Stats is taking his 4th, this is looking like a much better game from Stats.
Yeah. He's actually in good shape, and he didn't die right before Psystorm, right? So I guess there's still time for that technically, but it's not going to be the reason.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, between the Disruptors and then you have the 2 Colossi that are just over time milking so much damage in the fight.
Well, it's a difficult unit to engage. You know, it does a lot of poke, it does the splash. You know, it makes you want Vikings, even though against 2, I don't know that you really want to make Vikings.
Yeah.
2's that middle number where there's no right answer.
Yeah, it's small enough that you don't have to overcompensate for the threat, but if you made a ton of Vikings,
it's bad.
Okay, maybe you kill them and then their ground army just wins anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you don't have enough heal. So now we're going to have the moment where I think Stats can actually march across the map and start trying to do real damage here.
Tastes, I have a quick little question for you. It's
yes.
an opinion question. Are landed Vikings worse against Immortals or against Disruptors?
I guess it's actually Disruptors, but They're pretty bad.
They're pretty bad against both, but yeah. Hey. Anyways, DT Blink on the way.
Yeah. Fourth base is about to finish up here for Terran.
Yeah, a lot more gates coming up. Has that +2 armor and +3 attack coming.
Now this is the kind of game that we're used to seeing from Stats here.
Yeah.
He's defended, he's tagged. Great EMPs there though.
Really great EMPs.
Whoa. That's a Viking shot away from killing that Colossus. Oh, DT with Blake moving in here. I love this. There's a chance Innovation can't multitask enough. Yeah, there's just no turrets here. Look at that.
Slipping right into the Nat. Some really great EMPs are coming down.
Can he actually kill that Disruptor? Whoa!
Wow.
Okay, Innovation cleans up the 1DT.
Yeah, but that's going to be a pain in his butt for the rest of the game. DT's going to be popping up all over the place.
He'll
It looks
need
like
to
a group of Zealots over on the left side of the map ready for a counter as well.
Yeah, Zealots and Stalkers, I think. Stats is actually taking an additional base along with us. Innovation's now moving out. Both sides are maxed out.
Yeah, Innovation is kind of roaming the center right now looking for what he can get done, but the way that Stats is mirroring him is really nice.
Yeah. Well,
and look at the counterattack from Stats. This is exactly what you want to do.
Oh, Planetary's just not quite done yet.
It's going to finish. He's not going to be able to break it.
No. By the way, we're going to have Innovation get dangerously close to the fourth base here. Good dodging, only losing 2 Marauders.
Yeah, there's
Did he
also
out-position Stats here?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Stats actually, the Nexus in this narrow area makes it kind of hard to actually move into a pretty clean arc like this. Good dodge.
Yeah, the Disruptors, though, are going to find some kills here.
No more Colossus right now. Vikings are landing. Here they go, proving me wrong. It's destroyed Disruptors.
Now, 5 of them died to 1 Disruptor hit, so yeah, no, you were right, Tasteless. He's doing a decent job here. You know, Stats had Zealots harassing the 3rd base and lost a huge amount of army at the 4th base here.
Ooh, Blink underneath there. He's going to unload over at this fresh base.
You know, I think Stats went a little bit too ham on the Planetary, right?
Yeah.
He lost a lot of units there. I like the harassment at the 3rd, but actually that bunker did a great job deflecting the Zealots as well.
Yeah.
But now Stats has to play a little bit more carefully, I think. Ooh, nice DT Blink.
But there's more army regrouping over here. Supplies are fairly even, and I think that many DTs might have been a mistake. Because I think now this army is not going to have a hard time against the DTs at all.
Yeah, especially with the Ghosts in there.
Yeah.
But he's got the Disruptors. Let's see what hits he can get.
Yeah, every time he's getting value, every Disruptor shot is pretty much connecting with something. Okay, he's coming forward now. Oh, weird moment. The Liberators just fly through.
You got some sick Disruptor hits right there.
You know, if you can kill the Disruptors before that shot finishes, it's worth it, man.
Yeah.
But has Innovation hemorrhaged too much? I mean, he's going to lose his Medivacs now. He's going to lose... Oh, he actually lost his base, by the way, down there. The DT's blinked on that.
Oh, wow.
I just noticed that.
I was not watching that at all.
Yeah. We almost missed that.
That's a good kill. Good
okay,
pickup.
I think Stats has brought this game to one where if he can navigate it correctly, it's winnable. Absolutely winnable.
Totally.
He took out Innovation's base. He's continuing to grow.
He kept his 5th up, too. That's really important. DT's continuing to run around. The TT Blink is so funny. Took years for people to start using it.
Yeah, it's funny how that is it's like, even with Brood War now, it's like there's some abilities people are finally using, like Maelstrom with on Mutalisks and stuff like that, where I'm like, why weren't we doing this the whole time? That's so weird.
It takes a long time to get everything into your skill set. There's just so much going on.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of Zealots coming over here. I don't like Zealot attacks on this base as much right now because of the well-placed bunker by the minerals. People should really be doing that more often because it just kind of glitches the Zealots out quite a bit if you're on microing. He brings them way back. Okay. Whoa.
Taking out 4 Ghosts there as they ragdoll into the air.
He lost a lot doing that. I don't think that was very good.
Got to be careful. Okay, now I like this counterattack over here just because you need to do something to keep the Terran busy.
All right, looks like he will be able to take down that bunker. Zealot's gonna go crazy now.
Can he actually snipe these Disruptors?
That would be big.
Really good control here by Innovation. Wow, kills off all those Disruptors. He's not gonna be able to keep his army alive for much longer, but a lot of very cool ideas. GG Stats takes game 3. Now what happens, Artosis? Does he go back to Gateway Tech?
Yeah, he'll go Gateway Tech
and
in
then
Game
lose?
4 and lose, and I'll just sit here shrugging. Like, I don't know. He was supposed to win this season.
Well, I'm glad we're not going to have a 3-0.
Well, look, some things went wrong there. I think Innovation made some great moves as well.
Yeah.
I think Stats was overcommitting to certain things, like that last attack we saw where he lost the Archons.
Yeah.
The attack on the Planetary a little bit earlier. Some of those were like pushing it a bit, but he still ended up taking that down. So I think, honestly, like Stats should look at these 3 games and see that the common strain here is Robotech is good.
Yeah. Well, I think Stats, the big issue is he's going to have to stay on Robotech, I believe.
I think so.
Innovation has no problems against Templar Tech. We'll be right back, guys.
When we began here, we were simple. Now all we do is turn nothing into rain. And I've been acting all insane. I feel you bringing out the worst inside of me. Oh, nah, nah, oh, you're good with lies. Oh, nah, nah, wish I wasn't right. Whoa. Can't stop rain. I'm omnipotent. We always run to catch the moment. Nobody can stop me, I'm running. You don't need harming. How will lead us to what we loving? Just enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment.
상큼한 복숭아가 사이다를 더 청량하게 새로움을 마시다.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
잡아 킬 프림님 힐 그렇지 나 힐 2.3끈 온다 잡아 바닥 바로
From the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
언제 어디서나 가볍게 즐기다. 지포스 GTX 1650 그래픽 최신 인텔 10세대 프로세서 탑재. 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준. LG 울트라 기어.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
RO8 스태치 이노베이션.
What's up, everybody? We're back at the GSL, and Stats, he's back in it. He's teching correctly. He's playing well. He took it to Innovation. But Innovation just needs one more win. One more win to go on to the round of 4. TY is, of course, already advanced, crushing DRG in record speeds.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Stats, I mean, he used his more standard, normal style in Game 3.
Yeah.
He got the win. Let's see what he does in Game 4. The map is going to be Submarine.
Submarine.
Yeah, this could be a little bit of a tough one, so I definitely expect him to use Robo.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think the Robotech is better.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about the Robo units, you can get him out more quickly. And I mean, the 2-game Stats lost, Storm finished as he died.
Yeah.
And I really don't think we should have any more of these Storm timing games. I mean, you can eventually get Storm,
sure,
but you can't be
Storm's
relying
great
on that to not die to a push.
All right,
yeah.
Submarine Man. Let's see if he can do it. Bring us to a Game 5. That's what we want. That's what the people want.
Will we get it, though? I don't know. Innovation is looking very, very strong right now. Our game is loading up, guys. Right now, Stats with 1 win, Innovation with 2 in this best of 5. Let's see what happens in Game 4.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여.
Yes!
I like the call.
Inno.
He's up. Why not?
I love this. Now we get the cams of both the players.
I think this is a good call, Tasis. Why not, seriously?
Why the hell not, Artosis?
Yeah.
But Stats is sending a probe out very quickly here.
Yeah, that's pretty quick. Of course, he'll get up there and look around. He's going to see 2 gas, though, so when you see the 2 gas, it really does signal a proxy.
Yeah.
More likely. You
like,
don't have to, but...
That's funny. He forgot to go to barracks. I can't believe he forgot to get that. That's like one of the main buildings you need in the game.
I'm going to win this easy. I'm going to attack with my
You can't even get a
probes.
factory if you don't get a barracks. I guess I win, idiot.
He gets up. We'll see. He'll probably check around, the natural and everything. Game 1, he actually sent out a second probe. Interested to see if he's going to do that here.
He is. There's 1 probe coming out now.
Does it just make the Nexus?
Oh, never mind. I thought it was going to check. Well, he's going to check. He's going to do both. We're both right.
Okay, cool. It's the best. Okay, he sees an SCV. Checks all around here. I know it looks like he wants to make a bunker behind. Pretty common stuff.
Yeah, that Reaper is going to be coming up here pretty soon. There's that bunker going down. Now the Reaper can just hop right up here. And this is going to be annoying. Innovation taking good control of this game right away. The factory's being made in the main here. Here's that Reaper now. Do
you think he's going to do any more than the factory, or just going to command?
I don't know. It seems like he just wanted to take a slight lead here. You know, Stats is very good at defending and macroing, so not a bad idea to kind of try to mess him up early on. But let's see. And with the Reaper over here at this bunker, this is just annoying, right?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you're not going to lose the Nexus, but it is kind of hard to deal with. Now there's 2 Reapers here.
Well, it forces you, right, to get some units that can actually do something against that, and then the Reapers do these little moves where they're jumping in, you know, and doing some harassment as well. Look, well, I mean,
Great
not
control.
bad so far.
I mean, the Reaper's going to just get back in there.
I like Innovation's opening, man.
Yeah, he's in very good control this game. The CC is close to finishing. You know, you can't set workers down here until this has been cleaned up. Having the battery here is going to help. The Stalkers can actually just stay back and sustain. But Innovation doing a very good job. Actually salvages the bunker, getting back 75 minerals, and then runs away.
Good opener. Now, let's see where Stats goes from here, right? He's got the Twilight. Innovation just getting his port. Nothing too weird. Couple Hellions coming down. Oh, with those 2 Reapers, the grenades can go down. Okay, good micro there from Stats. Looks like he's going to hold everything pretty easily. Tech Lab coming up. No doubt he'll be grabbing a Raven with that. Robo for Stats.
Yeah,
pretty standard.
Yeah.
Third command center reasonably quick here for Innovation. So,
but that's very Innovation-esque, because it just really go into hard macro mid-game. And, you know, he's killing probes here and there. I feel like we're catching Stats on kind of a bad day overall, Artosos.
Which is funny, because he's actually said he's feeling better because he was in the hospital, but then he won his last round.
Yeah.
Which that kind of made it up in the air a little bit. But then today is like, oh, I'm feeling better. And maybe he needs to...
Maybe he needs to feel terrible to play well. Maybe that's...
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, there's something to that. On
like,
days where I play with a headache, I actually do better. Probably because I think less.
Oh, that's funny. No, I've had this too where, like, if I'm feeling great, yeah, sometimes I don't play that well at all.
Yeah, if my mind is too quick, I'm like overthinking things.
Too sharp, or if you're tired or you're in a bad mood, you're just like, here's what we got to do to go save Stats. I'm going to go downstairs and just whisper something really rude into his ear. He's like, what? And then he just wins the whole thing.
All right,
okay, so
Colossus Tech again.
Yep. Thank God.
Yeah.
Winnable Tech. Let's see what he wants to do with these Stalkers. I mean, some of this is just to contain. He might try to blink in there. I don't know. Again, I feel like blink is a little bit passe now for going into the main. That's sort of done as far as PvT strats. Like, it doesn't seem like pros really
I think
lose
it's a
with
mix-in is what it is.
Okay.
It's like, well, I don't think we'll ever see anything other than, or anyone else other than parting with that being the crux of their PvT.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, if you're good at execution, I think it's a good strat to throw in sometimes. It matters in the metagame a little bit how you expect your opponent to open. Like, for instance, if this was Parting playing with his 4-gate and his control against his fast 3rd CC, I could see him killing him with it, you know?
Yeah.
But it's Stats, and, you know, that's not his forte.
Okay, the Observer is going to come through here now. And, you know, for the time being, we're kind of having a game that's looking a lot like our other games early on here, where, like, at least with Tech, we know that Stats can actually win with a fight, assuming he controls well. Innovation, though, looking very strong. He did get a little bit of a leg up at the start of this game here.
Big supply block on Stats again.
Oh, man. Yeah, you know, I think he might just not be feeling that good.
Maybe.
He seems like he's overall just sort of slower, you know? Like
it does feel that way.
If you cover these IDs up, I would never guess it's Stats. Let me put it like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay, so the Colossus is out now. Stim about halfway done. Again, a very passive game to start things off here in Game 4.
He's getting a decent scout. I mean, Stats just kind of finishing up his tech, right? Like, he's getting that Templar Archives. A couple more gases. Has that forge going, getting charged. He can't actually do anything here. I'm actually surprised he's that far out, but I guess it doesn't matter that much. Like, if any units walk forward, he can get a free hit or two. And maybe, yeah, like that. Hey, all right, well, now we know why he was out there. He's like, I don't know, maybe he'll walk out. Because like,
maybe there's just something hanging out there, and that was what it was, and he got it.
With those tanks there, it's not like he can ever step within tank range. It would be, like, terrible.
Yeah.
But now that he's done that, it's like, yeah, just a few free Marines. That's awesome. I would say bring the Colossus home now.
Well, you know, what's funny is he's not getting disruptors now.
I think he will, though.
I hope so. Well,
see, see the second Robo?
He's like, he can't help himself. He's going to get Storm again. I'm like, damn it, man. He's getting his own legs, man.
Yeah.
No, the second Robo, you're right. He will do it for
yeah,
sure.
He'll definitely. He's right during this time, right? He's used his Robo build time to get a Prism out, which he really needs to.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, he has a couple High Templars in there. So this is a move that very few players other than Stats do, where he's actually flying around looking to feedback a little bit, and then he'll make an Archon out of it. I really like that type of play.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool technique.
Yeah,
just want to get the Raven, I guess.
Oh! Yeah, he wants the Raven, but I mean, you take whatever, right? Like a Raven and a medevac, that's great.
Nice.
Oh, there you go. Okay, well.
Oh yeah, he got it.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That needs one of those little Viper straws, man. It just sucks energy out of the depot. Okay, so
that'd be funny.
I gotta say, I really like the +1 tank weapons and the second factory coming out of Innovation.
Yeah.
Since he realizes that, oh, this is turning into a robo-heavy game, I think siege tanks are not a bad choice. Like,
No,
we don't see it work all the time. It's a hard thing to pull off.
It's going to allow him to have some footing. Now, I think Disruptors, in some ways, can be better in this situation because they are more mobile.
Yeah.
You know, a siege tank, you have to siege up, you have to unsiege it when you want to move it again.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely Disruptors can abuse you in the meanwhile, but I get the idea. I guess we're going to have to see how well it actually works. By the way, Stats taking his 4th base now at 3 o'clock.
Yeah. I mean, he's playing a little bit conservatively right now. I feel like he could take another base as well now that he has Disruptor Tech out, but he's playing safe. He's playing careful. He's got that Dark Shrine on the way. Preparing for a counter drop.
And now, let's see if he can actually catch the small army that's over here. This would be a pretty big catch. Okay.
Prism
He's gonna
speed's
get
pretty
away.
good.
By the way, Stats is hunting that little group. And I think we're going to have Innovation actually finally move out.
Oh, he's going to smash this piece of army. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. He was not watching the screen at that moment.
Yeah,
he just got hit right into the wall.
His army went in 2 different directions, like around that little post area.
Hold on. It's just being miscontrolled here. He does manage to save all the Colossi. Innovation still has more supply, by the way.
That was super good for Stats, though.
Yeah.
Now, that is a lot of tanks. Let's see what he can do about it.
Okay, sieging up.
Oh, no. Oh, nice hit.
Okay, he's going to start moving these tanks back out.
Oh, my God. Whoa!
This is so weird. It's
is,
like, I don't even know how to quite cast this moment here.
Well, the Disruptors are just destroying right now.
They're making the tanks look like a foolish decision.
They are.
Look at this. Like, how are you ever going to get across the map with this? You're not even in a relevant part of the map right now.
That's very true.
Like, one would expect we would zoom the screen down to be a Nexus there. It's like, no, this is on the Terran side of the map. There's like literally nothing over there.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right, leapfrogging the tanks now. That should help a bit.
I can't even push into his brushland. All right, he's going to back up. Maybe now Innovation can rotate this over here.
There you go. That's the position he wants.
That's a good position, yeah.
That is much harder to hit with Disruptors, and you can't really run up there. So he has to back up. I think he might lose this base. It might be smart even to let him take this base.
A little indecisive there by Innovation.
All right, staying out of tank range, but Innovation pushing tanks forward.
This is hard to deal with for the Protoss. I don't even know if he can get out of here now. I think that army might be stuck. He might have to recall it. Oh, he's going to try to run by. He's taking so much damage. Oh, good splitting.
Yeah, decent Disruptor hits, so I mean, you're getting 2 Marauders.
Oh,
it's
my
pretty
God.
good.
38 killed SCVs.
Lots of damage over there. He does end up giving up that 4th base, which is definitely correct here. Stats, though, his army has taken a bit of a beating.
He has recalled the probes there, so those will be killed off. They'll use that to expand elsewhere. Good Disruptor hits, but a A lot of them are also being shot down. Right now, Innovation's at 30 workers to 77 probes.
Quite a difference.
But I think Innovation's army is better. Even though the stats and
It's a bit
supply
better.
is very high, that's mostly probes.
Yeah, it is a bit better, but there are disruptors here, so you can still win these fights. Not like that, though. You can't just be losing, 100 mineral 300 gas units that are just rallying to your army incorrectly.
He's just going to go for it.
Oh, the Raven is still here. He's trying to utilize DTs. Oh, he actually picks off the Raven. Scan goes down, though. The DTs fall very quickly.
Splash damage really hurting here. He's going to get the Robo. This means no more disruptors.
Yeah, he's just got that one of the Robo.
And how many disruptors does he actually have here?
Maybe 4.
Maybe 4?
Six.
Okay.
He has 6, actually. Never mind.
All right, well.
7th just popped.
That's enough. Okay, here we go. Now, again, you can exploit the fact that the siege tanks need an animation to siege up. Good pickups here. He's going to dive bomb right on top of this. I love this play. It is just disruptors now.
Really
But he
good
decides
moves.
to back off. All these tanks so low on HP. Azella touches it and it dies. GG. Stats wins. 2-2. Let's go to game 5.
Yeah, that was a cool one. I think if Innovation could have more cleanly gotten out of that area, like up that little hill, I think he would have won that, right? Because even when Stats whittled down a bunch of units and like 4 tanks, Innovation still came close to getting him there. But yeah, there's Stats right now, 2-0 with Robo builds.
Well, let's do a third Robo build. Let's get Stats through. What is Innovation going to do, though? He did that little cheeky proxy Reaper, but...
Yeah. Well, Eternal Empire, honestly, I want Innovation to play like he played last game. I don't think he's going to have the same issue moving across the map with a tank-based army if Stats does the same thing, and maybe he can take it then, maybe. I'm still leaning towards Stats if he plays a Robo-type, but
All right, guys. Game 5, the last game of the night. Stats versus Innovation. Let's do this. One player moves on to the round of 4. Let's go.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여. 아프리카 프린스 스탠치 김대희. 타이즈 게임 이노베이션 이신영.
all right, no proxy play here. This is the map where we get the longer epic macro games.
Yeah, this should be a fun, long game here.
I'm hoping so.
And I'm glad to see that Stats is adapting, at least as far as the way that he's playing the matchup right now. If you're just now joining us, Stats lost the first 2 games, teching into High Templars and then getting killed before Storm finished.
Yeah, he was going very gateway-centric. And
yeah, an older style,
Yes.
you're saying like 8 GSL seasons ago or something, but now...
yeah, it was close to 8 because remember, Classic was dominating with gateway base,
Yeah,
and then
was
Maru
shredding
shut him
Terrans.
down.
Yeah.
Like, Classic actually had, I think, the highest win rate ever in a match, like 97% against Terran, and then Maru just wrecked him.
And then in Game 3 and in Game 4, Stats switched into Robotech. He was getting Colossus, he was getting Disruptors. And in this game, he's getting a proxied pylon in the bottom of the map. What do you think?
Stargate for sure.
Okay.
For sure, yeah. Which I think is fine here, right? We've definitely seen some interesting, like, Phoenix Colossi type openers.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. You can go into a macro play from there. Obviously, if you're proxying a Stargate, though, it's going to be an Oracle to open. All right, actually spots this coming out of a funny direction, so he should be able to scout that pretty easily.
Yeah, he'll comb through the map on that side, and he'll... Or is he just going to barely miss us? This happens sometimes in our casts where it's like, no, he didn't see it.
But I bet he'll turn around when it's not in the other location. No, I guess not. Look at that.
He went right in between the blind spot. Oh. How hilarious is that?
Interesting. Okay. Still, it's got to be in his mind that there could be something out there somewhere. It's hard to scout every little piece.
Okay. Adept's coming down. And, yeah, let's see how much damage the Oracle can do. Do you want to maybe bank up too, or do you just send it right in
I think you
away
send
immediately?
first.
Okay.
Is he banking?
He
yeah,
might.
it looks like he is banking.
That's what I was wondering is, you know, do you want to just be able to one-shot stuff, or is it better? I guess also if they don't have any defense. It's one of the weird rules of the game. Okay, he doesn't. He sends it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I got confused there for a second. Yeah, well, I don't think you want to bank against Terran. I think it's super good against Protoss, and it's okay against Zerg. But against Terran, just send it in there. You don't want to wait for 3. It's silly.
Okay, this was like not optimal for targeting there. He's like targeting SCVs that are going inside the gas.
Yeah, that can be rough. But picks up 2. 3.
Not bad. There's nothing to protect these units over here, so he's going to get 4.
That's
going
to
to maybe even 5 before he runs out. Yep. There were 2 probes killed apparently with that Reaper over here.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, that's actually
counterplay.
And the Hellions going to come in here now. I guess if you're innovation, you just take what you can get.
Wow, this is actually doing pretty darn well.
And the Vikings going to force this away here. You know, this is not supposed to be killing this many workers. There's now 4 dead probes here. And those are with expendable units, the Reaper and the Hellion.
That's true.
You don't actually, that's like, this is a weird concept. There's stuff that you get because you don't have the important stuff yet. That's like a Reaper, that's like a Hellion.
Yeah, there's units that you get just in the early game that you don't really use after that.
And to get kills with that is pretty good. Now the Oracles are going to come through here, starting to really gun down a lot of these Marines.
You know, now I'm thinking about it. Really, it's only Terran that has those units that you get early in the game that you don't really use anymore. The Cyclone, the Reaper, Hellions in many matchups.
Yeah.
These are units that just, you're like, okay, well, I'm not making those anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's a funny thing, right?
Yeah. Something similar exists in StarCraft 1.
Yeah,
where
well, the few Marines you get against
make 3 or 4
Protoss.
Marines, maybe.
Yeah. You're like, well, we don't want these things, but we also don't want to die while we're trying to get our factories up.
Yeah. It's kind of a fun little idea. Well, you know what? He's still got his 2 Oracles, and he got enough damage that it's not the end of the world that he lost those probes. Some nice little harassments going on here. Blink is on the way. Are we going to go Robo from here? There are interesting builds like Oracle fast 3rd Nexus, then lots of Blink Stalkers into charge. That might be what he's going for here.
So he's going to get that chased out there. And, yeah, I mean, we're now going to go into a pretty standard game here. We have Innovation still powering up. You know, the 3rd base is up here for stats. We have him getting more and more gateways down here, getting Blink. And we're going to have Widow Mine drops coming here from Innovation, although I think this might just get stopped. There is
he saw it. He saw it.
Yeah. Now, he just barely doesn't have Blink, but I think he gets that medevac anyways. Oh, nicely done. Backs up. This is perfect.
Yeah, that was
Stats
very
is
nice
crushing it. That was just handled absolutely perfectly. Now, while that was happening, Terran slipped and is actually headed northbound over here. And I don't know if Stats is going to be ready. Stats may be eager to try to be out on the map. No, he's actually going to back up now.
Yeah, and I think he'll actually hold this fine. Looking at how these openings went down, like if he ends up holding this well, the 3rd base for Innovation is not quick like it was in some of these other games.
Oh, I don't know about those force fields.
As batteries are not ready here.
Oh, man. He's going to send the Oracles in here, but they're going to be probably... Oh, hold on. Actually, Stats did have a pretty miraculous hold there. I thought Terran was going to do more damage when he got in there, but...
Yeah, it looked like that for a minute. The shield battery finished up, the cannon finished up, you got another warping around, the Oracles came into the fight.
He actually killed the SCV that was making the command center, so maybe this will seesaw back over into... Protoss trying to push here. If you can stop that command center from finishing or even force a cancel, that is the dream.
Well, I feel like the dream has already somewhat been
dreamt.
Yeah, the dream has already been dreamt because when you open with a style like this, where you're trying to kind of pin them with the Oracle while you get a quicker 3rd Nexus than normal into the gateway style, if you hold that first big attack and they didn't go 3 commands right away, You just have the edge in every way.
Yeah, you are taking control of this game. The tag
Yeah.
into the army is going to be uncomfortable here for Innovation as well. Stats will absolutely know if he can safely attack in or not.
Right. I mean, he's going to have his charge. His +1 armor is going to be finishing here. He definitely does need to get into a form of splash. Okay, here comes his storm. Looks like he's threatening a counterattack here, but he should back up pretty quickly. Yeah, get right out of there. Oh, I like that little stasis ward. That's really nice. Kind of warns him of it coming, slows it down. Okay, so from here it's just all about getting splash damage for stats.
Yeah.
He's just got to be careful, get splash, and that's going to give him an even more favorable position.
So, yeah, with Storm coming here. This is not, by the way, the same kind of Storm that we had in the other games where it's like, no, what is he doing? I actually like this game a lot for stats right now. Innovation going to be pushing up here. And nice tagging. Now, he's got to be careful. I don't think there's anywhere that Innovation can attack in.
Yeah, I don't think so. As long as stats is kind of, you know, zoning, running back and forth between his natural and third and making sure he's where Innovation's trying to come up.
I think the game plan here for stats is just to keep outgrowing.
Yeah.
Get all the other tech pieces he needs to complete the puzzle. Innovations, though, is moving up here. And I think we have, oh yeah, these Zealots are actually going to end up engaging with these reinforcements over here.
Yeah, nice little move there to have these for the counterattack.
And
they don't end up doing that much, but this is reinforcements hitting a lot later.
Well, it's actually forced Innovation back. And look at this, we have moving to the south as stats.
Look at that,
and he might, you know, if things are not in the right spot, he might just be able to attack in over here. Like it looks like this is a very good location to hit.
Yeah, you should have at least 4 storms ready. So
yeah.
that could make this doable.
Guardian Shield, that should signal an attack. I love that this Sentry is all the way in the back here, but
hard to keep up with Blink Stalkers and Charge Zealots.
Is he going to go for it? I mean,
no, I don't think so.
If he's got the storms, well, hold on, Artosis. It looks like he is, man.
Looks like he wants to badly. But the thing is, he's getting Colossi behind this. If he just backs up, he's invincible. If he loses the army, there's a question.
He could storm this.
Yeah.
Those are Templars in that War Prism, right?
They better be.
Yeah, it's like 4 Zealots. I'm like, what? Why?
Why did we get Storm? Okay, he's still roaming about very aggressively.
Yeah, he's itching to take a fight again here. Again, the 2 Colossi are ways away. There's another command center here. Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
he's committed.
Oh, those storms. Oh, my God.
Excellent size storms melting the Widow Mines. Only 1 shot gets off, and he still has more storm to go.
Yeah, looking much better this game than the first 2 of the night, that's for sure.
The Archon's still stuck in the back. More size storms coming down here. Oh, my gosh. The storms are just absolutely superb. He's got another warp in coming here. There's 6 more Zealots tearing through. The Zealots are actually attacking the CC. The CC goes down.
Innovation shaking his head, making ducklets.
The
GG.
comeback is real. Stats, after being down 0-2, wins 3 in a row and moves on to the Final 4, where he'll face off against TY.
All right. A couple of teammates going to be duking it out there. Nice job from Stats with that reverse sweep in the round of 8 against Innovation. It was scary after the first couple games, I tell you. And then some of these last 3 were pretty darn close, too.
What a great night. I know our first series is pretty short, but Stats, you know, he's bringing back that pure Protoss style, the defensive play, the macro play.
Yeah.
The professor of Protoss. We're going to have an interview now, guys. Let's see how Stats is feeling. What a comeback. I love it when someone goes down 0-2 and then wins 3-0.
Oh, yeah. Wow, Stats pulls over reverse sweep and turns around on what seemed like a one-sided victory for Innovation. We're going to have an interview with him. Congratulations. Thank you. Second consecutive round of 4 Stats. It was a loss, and then 3 wins straight. How do you feel?
첫 번째 세트부터 잘 안 풀리면서
My first game, I started from the wrong foot.
좀 느낌 이상한데.
And I knew that today is going to be a really hard day.
세 번째 사령부 깼는데 졌잖아요.
You know, in the second game, I destroyed his command center, yet I lost the game. And then I knew I would get eliminated today.
세 번째 경기부터는 좀 편안하게.
And for the third game, I really let everything go and try to play comfortably, and I think that worked.
사전 인터뷰에서는 활짝 웃으셨었는데
In the prior interview, you were smiling, but during the game, your smile was gone.
사실 1, 2세트에서 굉장히 색다른 시도들을 하셨었어요.
In the first game and the second game, you tried something new.
0대2라서 떨어질 뻔했었는데
And then you were down 2 games.
1세트, 아무성소로 시작했던 2세트.
And you started with the Colossus in the first game. You started with the Dark Shrine in the second game. So what was that about?
같은 경우에는
For the first game,
그 전멸초역자로 압박을 주면서
I was trying to pressure him with the Blink Stalkers.
그 거신이라고 많이 생각을 해요.
And when I harassed him in the early phase, you know, the enemy tends to think that I'm going for the Colossi.
전사, 템플러 이런 유닛 위주로 쓰려고 그랬었는데 이게 제가 좀 빌드에 좀 상관관계에 있어서 좀 잘 이해를 잘
But I
못하고
think
있었나
I had a
봐요.
misunderstanding
그걸 떠나서 좀 첫 번째
about the
좀 게임이
builds.
많이 너무 져 있어가지고
And with the first game, you know, I was really in a bad situation, and I couldn't pull out the strategy I intended to use.
3세트부터 돌아온 김대엽 선수.
But for the third game, you made a comeback.
이후에 승리를 가져갔는데요.
And you were able to obtain the win after all.
전차가 활약하기 좋은 맵이잖아요.
In submarine,
거기서
the siege
전차
tank
라인을 무력화시키고요.
is really favored.
광전사 견제까지
But you were able
성공시켰습니다.
to disable the siege tanks and use the zealots so aggressively.
좀 불리한 상황이었는데 이 경기 좀 어떻게 뚫어낸
So how were you
건가요?
able to win the game?
사실 좀 게임이 좀 많이 불리하게 가가지고
I mean, the game was very unfavorable for me.
좀 병력이 좀 많더라고요.
And you know, Innovation had a lot of army.
좀 약간 분열기를 이용한 좀 기습적인 이런
And then I knew that I had to use
답이 없겠다
the
생각을 해가지고
disruptor
병력 움직임을 좀
to get rid of his army. And that's why I maneuvered my army so offensively. And then I was able to get some advantage from it. And then I used the zealots correctly to win the game. Well, that was very fascinating to see stats. So after reverse sweep, you move on to the round of 4. And your round of 4 opponent will be TY after Innovation. And TY is here right now watching you. And TY is not heeding to your interview right now. He's just talking to other players. So what do you think about TY? You know, I met him in the last round of 4. You know, it feels quite surprising to meet him again.
이번에 수호형하고 하는 거 보니까 태양이가 진짜
This time I watched him playing against DRG, and he was so good. He was so sharp with his plays. So I think I'm gonna have to make sore preparation ahead of the match.
자, 끝으로 마지막 한마디 들어보겠습니다.
Alright, before we go, Stat, do you want to say anything?
오늘 좀 제가 전략을 3개 준비를
You know, today I prepared 3 strategies.
다행히 마지막
In the first and second, I couldn't use them.
솔직히 좀 쓸까 말까 고민을 많이 했었었는데.
And in the third force, I was kind of hesitant on whether I should use it or not, but I did use it.
너무 감사드리고.
And thank you to my fans for cheering me. And I will try to prepare for my next match.
과연 김대엽 선수가 이번 시즌 3년 만에 또 우승.
And let's see if Stats can hold the trophy after 3 years.
다시 한번 지주 축하드립니다.
Once again, congratulations. Thank you.
So cool, man. Thank you, Andy. Stats did it. I'm so glad. He was really not looking good in game 1 and 2, and I thought, man, that's... Is he just going to get 3-0'd with bad tech? But no, we've got half of the Final 4 now, TY versus Stats. I don't know who's the favorite there. Do you?
If Stats plays...
He makes a robo?
Yeah, if he makes Colossus tech, he'll win.
Today's been a lot of fun, guys. We're going to have the other half of the round of 8. That'll be on Saturday at 1 p.m. KST, our usual time. And we're getting closer and closer to having a champion.
I know.
It's been a great year of StarCraft, by the way. This month has had some insane games. Next GSL, Armani versus Zest. I'm especially excited about this one. To see Armani really getting deeper and deeper. You know,
what will that look like?
He's been on the very outside of GSL, usually around a 24 guy, but he's doing well here. And then Maro versus Trap, obviously that's going to kick a lot of ass.
Yeah, might be some hidden mind games within that. Really hard to say how that one's going to go.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't have any
Maro,
prediction
but
for that.
maybe Trap.
Really? Yeah, I could see it going any which way. I think Trap is in as good a shape as Maru, who's in amazing shape.
Yeah, I think you're right about the mind games we might not even be able to follow with 2 Jin Air Green Wings players.
Yeah,
you know.
they have to know each other very, very well. But yeah, I agree. Armani Zest is very exciting just to see what that's going to look like. It's like Armani has never even made it close to the round of 8 before, so it's a big deal for him.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy, and now I don't know. I mean, what if he gets to the Final Four? That's insane. That's a really cool underdog story.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard to imagine him doing that, but I guess it's possible.
It was hard to imagine him even being in the round of 8 before.
It was hard to imagine him in the round of 16.
Yeah. He's in the round of 8. Very cool. Of course, we'd also have ASL going on this month as well. That's on the same YouTube channel you're watching us on live right now.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That'll be on Sunday and Tuesday, 7 p.m. KST. So do join us in our sister tournament of the GSL, the ASL. I don't know, man. It's been a great year for StarCraft.
Yeah.
We've had so many good games in StarCraft 1 and 2. And we're going to be crowning a champion pretty soon, man.
Yeah, we're getting really close. Round of 8 in both tournaments. And as far as this, like looking at those two players moving up, both champions before in TY and stats, it's going to be great.
Guys, that's all the time we have today. Thank you for joining us. Oh, wait. Okay, now I can close it out. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
엔타로 GSL.
I'm never gonna give up.